so all you have to do is hit the space bar. Crank it up really loud. If you need it louder, 4.5 is the volume, but or softer. So it's right there, 4.5. Are we ready, Tim?
Do. All right, Wildhorse Pass. Who's ready for some off-road racing? Let me hear you get loud for me. On behalf of the Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Racing Series, brought to you by Yamaha Racing, I want to welcome everybody to round number 2. And we got a big show in store for you today. Lots of big stuff happening with the UTV production class, the 1000 production class today, and the Yamahas and the players and all kinds of manufacturers coming up in that race. Stick around for that. The always exciting SR1 class coming up here too. Bobby Van Beekum, he's got some ground to make up because of some bad things happening yesterday. That's right, he's all right. But we're going to have a very exciting day of racing with a whole bunch of stuff happening out here on this track today. We're going to get things started here. If you boys and girls would please rise for the greatest song in the world, for the greatest country in the world. Wildhorse Pass, who's ready for some off-road racing action? We're going to get started here today with the children here, the kids out in the 170 class. And you guys and girls are going to love this class. Yesterday, you see them taking the track right now. Now, these are smaller cars, but they are not small to the competition. I got Chris helping me out here on the microphone today. He's going to be calling the race shots, and I'm going to be announcing down here on the podium. And we'll get to know the drivers very intimately when they get here on this podium. Great day of racing out here, everybody. We'll talk to you guys shortly, and Chris is running up there to make sure to introduce the drivers. So let's meet the drivers in this 170 class.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Mark Wright. Hey, getting everything all lined up. Yesterday, this class was on fire. Kyle Orlando taking the top honors there in the number 9. Ryder Van Beekum outside row number 1, number 64. In row number 2, Steve Van Beekum, the 92, inside row number 2. Tyler Sarers, number 101, is outside row number 2. Ryder Chapman, number 32, inside row 4. Dallas Gonzalez, number 80, outside row 4. Inside row 5, Jesse Owens, number 97, and Jack Small, number 22, outside row number 5. It is our Razor Stock Modified race number 1.
It's going to be really exciting to see how this race shapes up. Yesterday, lots of carnage, lots of competition. We actually had to split this class because apparently there's some modified, some stock in here. But we love the kids and the vendors that are coming out here. And speaking of vendors, what do you girls got down here on the vendor row?
Girl Scout cookies.
Man, we covered this yesterday, man. What is your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Trifles.
Yeah, I tell you what, I just love them all. How about that? I take a box of every one of them. How about that? So make sure you talk to these girls over here because they want to sell you some Scout cookies. All right, Chris, already this race shaping up to be a great race out here. One car checking out already. I'll come up there and get my list of riders out here so I'll know how to call it better, but this is going to be a great day of racing in this 170 class. If you love the kids as much as I do, these guys and girls are tough competitors, so check this out.
Looks to be rider Van Beekum in control of this one, with Dallas Gonzalez dropping back to third. As sliding into that second spot is Kyle Orlando in red, number 9. They come around turn number 1, and it's still Van Beekum, Orlando, and Gonzalez. Gonzalez, of course, in the 170 class.
So Kyle Orlando here getting on my podium yesterday, coming down here to talk to me. Can Kyle Orlando back on it today? Kyle Orlando, this would make his 4th or 5th race here, and it would be really exciting to see him come out victorious on this class.
Look at this battle for second overall. Going at it, Steve Van Beekum in the 92, now starting to knock on the door. It's almost side by side with Gonzalez. Gonzalez now side by side with Orlando, and Orlando pulls him down the straightaway, and here comes Van Beekum on the outside of Gonzalez. Still in the leader, it's the rider Van Beekum, the blue 64 and the blue and white. Oh, sideways. Bumping in turn number 2. Gonzalez gets spun out. So tough break. So now Van Beekum's running first and third. Another spin going in turn number 5. Actually turn 4. And it's still rider Van Beekum, the 64, followed by Gonzalez and the number 80. 2 different classes, but we're talking about overalls right now between those 2 drivers.
Well, all right, this is going to be really
side by side with the number 9, Jesse Owens. The young lady coming up onto the number 9. All rigs back up and running again. Not a problem, but still rider Van Beekum leading them out. Side by side. Got a good battle going on for the lead right now. As Gonzalez gets on the inside of Van Beekum. And Van Beekum takes over the lead again. As they come down the back stretchway, coming into turn number 2. With a good battle going on for that third spot. Third spot, of course, between Ryder Chapman and Dallas Gonzalez. Gonzalez in the 80 and the Chapman in number 32.
Okay, quick stop and go for car number 80, Dallas Gonzalez. Dallas Gonzalez there, the officials must have figured out a little too aggressive going in there, so quick stop and go. An unofficial penalty that we just witnessed, so we'll see how that shapes up here as we saw the earlier battle going on between Ryder Van Beekum in the 64 car and Dallas Gonzalez in the number 80.
Now we're in our competition yellow right now. This is halfway through this race. Staging right now is race number 2. Our junior number 2 carts, race number 2 in the staging. As we wait for Ryder Van Beekum, number 64, to lead them around through turn number 4.
So this class is pretty interesting. This is split in 2. We have a stock class and the modified class out here on the track at the same time. So Dallas Gonzalez out here in one of the classes, I believe. Is Dallas in the modified? Is that right?
No, Dallas in the stock class.
Okay, so Dallas is the stock class and the Van Beekums are in the mod class. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. So that's
Van
good.
Beekum leads them out again, followed by the 97. Jesse Owens, a little lady, working on the Van Beekum. And coming back through the field, number 9, Kyle Orlando with a good showing, making podium yesterday. Now trying to recapture the same feeling by going up to the podium and talking to Mark after this race. So Ryder Van Beekom still leads them out. The little lady, Jesse Owens, now knocking on the back door. Now, lots of young ladies racing in this off-road championship, especially here in Arizona. And none other than Corey Weller climbing her way through the pack. And Mia Chapman as well. You know, top honors, both sporting numbered ones. And Jesse Owens trying to do the same thing right now. Right between Ryder Van Beekom and the number 9 of Kyle Orlando.
You know, indeed, that's a beautiful thing that you say right there. The girls and guys, they can battle it out here in racing because when it really comes down to it, as long as you can saw away on that steering wheel and mash the throttle, you've got what it takes to compete with a guy or a girl.
Orlando right now working on Owens for that second spot. Still, Van Beekom in the 64 leads them out, coming through turn number 4.
Pulling the train
we
into
could
turn
throw
4.
a Mexican blanket over the top of those first 3 runners without a problem. As Van Beekom comes down the front straightaway, now beautiful blue and white 180 Razor. Now we have both 180s and 170s. 180 Razor is the board out a little bit, and it is the modified version of this particular class. 170 box stock, and the leader there being Dallas Gonzalez in the number 80. Actually, Jesse Owens.
Jesse Owens, car 97. That's right. Car 97 also putting a wheel in on the modified right there of Ryder Van Beekom. So Jesse Owens doing a great job in a stock cart, keeping up with the mod.
That's correct, Mark. She's definitely in the stock cart, whereas Kyle Orlando's in the mod. He's working for that number 2, second place overall, while the little lady, Jesse Owens, is right on the back bumper of our overall leader, Ryder Van Beekom in the 64. Coming back down, just a couple more laps to go. White flag should be coming out for the blue and white of Van Beekom. And here comes Owens on the inside of Van Beekom, trying to work on that overall position. Just a lap and a quarter to go.
As
and
they
this
bump
one will
coming
be in
into
the record
turn 5.
books. Go ahead, Mark.
Sorry about that. I was trying to sneak in there on that one, but yeah, as they bump it coming from turn 5, you can hear the crowd going crazy with this white flag as Jesse Owens and Ryder Van Beekom go crazy here into turn 1.
Wow, how things change so fast. Look at this. As the little lady now leading.
No, that is Kyle Orlando out front, the number 9 car, after getting pushed out in turn 2. Kyle Orlando finds himself firmly ahead of Jesse Owens.
You know, Mark, both Owens and Orlando split the field as they went by Van Beekom down the front stretch. Tough break for Ryder Van Beekom because he was definitely having a great race. But cheers and Orlando taking a win. Owens in second. Third place overall. Second in class goes to Dallas Gonzalez. The 22 third, followed by Van Beekom in that third spot for the 180 class.
Gotta feel the energy down here, man. These guys are going crazy down here for Kyle Orlando. And right here, Lance just said, man, not bad. It's got my fuel pump out of my golf cart in it. But yeah, that might not be fair. See, there you go. Man, you're looking pretty happy for Kyle right now. Going through your head.
Hey, you know that kid has put it on the box yesterday. It was his first place trophy, and to get back out here today, his fuel pump broke. And we just took the little fuel pump, they're identical fuel pumps. We put it on there out of my golf cart. And, you know, I mean, enough said, right?
Hey, man, that's the way, that's racing right there. And that's good ingenuity right there. That's good old redneck raking. Hey, if you got duct tape and zip ties, you can make anything happen.
That's what it is.
All right, Lance Root, everybody. That's right. You got to be pretty excited. The spotter right here. So what were you mostly telling Orlando out there on the track?
Hold your line and go fast.
All right, very good. Smooth out what happened there in the turnout. Who was the blame there coming in with in the spin out?
I think he was hitting the brake, and then Dallas Gonzalez just got under him and spun him out by accident.
All right, so it's still all right. No hard feelings, and still take away the win.
Yeah.
You pretty excited?
Yes.
Stoked, man. You're out of breath. Was that from running down here or what?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Well, we'll come up here and we'll talk to your winner here. Coming up next.
Coming down the front stretch, let's give these young men and young lady a round of applause. It is our Razor 170s 180 class great racing going on for the first race of the day.
I love the kids. I
don't know which ones are modified.
Yeah, I don't even.
I think these are the stock ones, and these are the modified ones. So
I'll fly.
Tough break for Ryder Van Beekom, having to come under push after the tail end of it. Must have spit the belt, looks like.
Yeah, they're looking at it pretty heavily here. We'll go down here and get going on here. But this is a pretty cool class, man. What do you guys think? Wildhorse Pass, make some noise! Kyle Orlando already on the car, giving that victory sign. That's going to make a great picture. And the Ryder Van Beekom crew, though, they're looking at the belt right now and trying to see what happened there. Tranny's gone. All right. Tranny is history. Let me see what's going on here. Some carnage. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's not good. You mean oil's not supposed to come out of that case right there? I don't think that's the vet hose. All right, so we'll talk to the drivers. Let's get the stock class up here. Where's Jack Small, Dallas Gonzalez, and Jesse Owens? Come on up here. Let's get your interviews rocking and rolling. So I'm sitting here talking with Tim Jones as we wait for the kids to get here. Announcing this stuff, I got to tell you, man, I love the kids. I love watching the SR1s. I love watching the production class that we got coming up. And Jason Weller, he gets kind of mad at me when I give the kids. He's just teasing me, though. But I tell you what, I love the kids, man. I do love the kids, and this is what it's all about as far as I'm concerned. 'Cause this is the future of off-road racing right here. All right, where's Jesse? Will get up here. Where's Dallas? You're Jax? Are you Jax? All right, let's get Jax third place. In fact, Jax, while we're waiting for Jesse, Jesse and Dallas, let's talk with you. So, man, that's quite a race out there. There are a lot of cars out there, and man, how old are you?
6.
6 years old, and man, how does it feel to be out there in a field of cars like this?
Good.
Feel good? Tell us what was happening out there. What was making you go so fast out there?
I don't know.
You're not sure? All right, well, I'll tell you what. You want to say thank you to anybody that got you up here? You want to say thank you to your parents? All right, well, there you go. Great talking. You know, I love this. What's your favorite football team? No? Cardinals? You're an Arizona Cardinals fan. He likes Cardinals. And let's see. Do you have a girlfriend yet? No girlfriend. No, hey, keep it that way. Congratulations. Third place, everybody. Jack Small. What happened to my list there? All right. We'll keep rocking. Jesse, we'll come talk to you. Dallas Gonzalez here, second place. Dallas, man, there was a lot of stuff going on out there. You got that stop and go. What was going on out there?
I was just driving hard, and then they pulled me off the track.
Okay, but you still pulled it together here for a second place, so you still got to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, I am really happy that I still got second.
All right, very good. What do you think? The caution, the mandatory caution, worked in your favor?
Yeah.
All right, well, very good. Well, who do you want to say thank you to?
Godsend Performance, Queen Racing, Long Travel Industries, Walker Evans Racing, Driven Steering Wheels, and Race Quip.
You know what I love? No matter what we talk about, you got that part down packed. Dallas Gonzalez, everybody, second place. Jesse Owens, come on over here. Look at this young lady smile. Look at this. She's like, I got this, man. You got to be pretty excited, man. That everything was just kind of unfolding in front of you. You were actually given a run in the modified class.
Yeah, I was just trying to get in front of everyone and trying to get it. My dad was yelling, inside, inside, inside. I'm trying to get down in the inside, and I'm just trying to stay down there and not hit the other guy's tire so he doesn't end up flipping.
Well, you did. You ended up very smooth there. You held your line, and you definitely did it, even with all the chaos going inside your helmet. But, man, you held it together. You looked really good. Very exciting to watch out there. Who do you want to say thank you to?
XMF, R&R Steel, Ken Cyclotech, my mom, my dad, and everyone that helps when working up on the car.
All right, very good. You guys slide over here. Wow. Wow, slide on over here. Scoot over here. We're going to get you on livetrackfeed.com, and let's get it. Nope. Come on up here, Jack. Stay right here. Get right next to you. All right, Jax, you're so cute. I love it, man. I didn't even know they made suits that small. All right. I love it, man. Awesome kids out there. One more time for these kids in the stock class. Let's get the other ones up here. Well, no, but it's the only one I got. All right, let's get Steve Van Beekem, Ryder Van Beekem, and Orlando up here. We got two of them. Where are we at? Who are we missing? Who are we missing? There's only two? All right, so it's Ryder Van Beekem and Kyle. All right, Ryder, let's come over and talk to you first, man. What's going on? You got to feel pretty good out here in the modified class. You've been able to have a great weekend. How are you feeling right now?
Good.
Man, it was pretty exciting out there. Did you see any of the carnage going on in front of you, or did you know what was going on? Was it behind you, or did you get to see everything?
No damage to any other cars, just mine, I guess.
What do you think happened out there? What made the failure happen? What do you think?
The whoops.
The whoops. So you actually felt to go out in the whoops.
Uh-huh.
All right, very good. Well, you've got a long list. You come from a great corral over there of racers. Who do you want to say thank you to?
Muzzy Racing, R&R Steel Racing, Pink Motorsports, Rugged, Walker Evans, and Mom and Dad.
All right. Well, that sounds like a great list, Ryder. Maybe let's have you both slide up here, and Kyle and Anna, we got to talk. Come on, let's Ryder, come on over here. Come on over here. All right. Now we'll get to you, Kyle Orlando, your winner today, dude. Look at that. I didn't even have to do much, but just kind of shout your name, and they went crazy, man. You must be feeling pretty good. You've had a good weekend of racing.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind? Are you going to Disneyland?
No.
That's just an expression. You'll learn that as you grow older. Man, but it looked pretty good there. You got pushed out in the corner, and you came back and came up victorious, so that must feel pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Who do you want to say thank you to? You got your list there.
My Synapse, Life Track Feed, Vent Racing, DJ Safety, Ken Cycle Tech, DWT Tires, Neo Synthetic, Super Sick, and Lucas Oil.
Very good. Kyle Orlando, squeeze in there. Ryder Van Beekem, get next to him right here. Hold your trophies up. Do whatever you want to do. They're going to Disneyland. All right, back up to you, Chris. What race do we have coming up next? I'll tell you, man, I love the kids. You know, it's a great thing. Like, we talk about some of the veterans in the classes. Mia Chapman, she used to be the same way when I was interviewing her. So it's good to see these kids, get their, kind of mature, as we say, in the, racing. So it's really good to see these kids. So, Chris, who do we got up next?
Coming up, Mark, it's a Junior 2 karts, race number 2. Inside, row 1. 474, Bronson Caramonte. Well, hold on a second. Let me get the race sheets. Well, here's the roster anyway. We're in Rodriguez, 429. That's what I said, Junior 2. Mason Prater, number 405. 446, Brock Collins. Lydia Small, 490. Lane McDonald, 451. Jake Bowman, number 471. And Caden Zane Minder, number 415.
All right, this GR2 class, same thing, man. Younger kids, boys and girls, and this is a great class out here. You'll see that they'll use the same track that we just saw in the 170s. A little bit shorter out here. And look at that beautiful pace Yamaha YXZ out front leading this GR2 class to the infield.
You know, Mark, good dice going on between the 405 of Mason Prater and Orion Rodriguez, number 429. And Bronson Caramonte, 474, and Lane McDonald, 451. We're all right in the striking zone, too. So we'll see how Prater and Rodriguez bend out when our YXZ 1000 Yamaha comes and pulls off the course.
That's a beautiful thing about this class right here. This is a spec class, meaning that these karts are identically prepared. They got to run the same engine. These engines are actually sealed, and they actually have to run the same gas. Set up on the shocks and things like that, that's up to your discretion. But basically, these karts are basically the same thing. You can change certain things to maybe get an advantage because you might be a little more aggressive or less aggressive into the corners. But with that being said, this is definitely a driver's class. You have to be the driver. The driver is what's going to win this. Maybe tire choice on the track, but everything else in these karts is spec, and they're all the same. That's a good-looking field of cars out there. Ryan Rodriguez on the front row with Mason Prater right next to him. Both of these two have what it takes to be on top of my box and talk to me. All right, Chris, we're going to find out if our beautiful Yamaha YXZ Pace vehicle is going to peel off this time and see if we're going green. And not this time. It's always crazy to see if they're coming up over the hill or not, so we'll see what's happening. We're going green!
Look at the 451 coming around. Everybody, Caden St. Minder now takes the lead through turn number 1, so good job. Actually, Clay McDonald in the lead right now, 451. As it comes around to turn number 3, battling on the inside, Orion Rodriguez now takes over the lead. Prater on the back bumper now of Rodriguez as they come back around in front of us. They were going at it yesterday, Mark. 474. It's Bronson Kiramonte now on the inside of Rodriguez. So they're going at it hand and foot.
Mason Prater in third.
Go ahead, Mark.
I was just intercepting on that one. Mason Prater out there. And he is definitely one of the veterans of this class, and he's doing a great job holding down third place.
Rodriguez still in command, but I tell you what, without a conflict of anybody else. Oh, look at this, side by side going down into turn number 2 again. Rodriguez still with this freight train towing right behind him. Rodriguez, of course, into 429, starting from outside of row number 1. Lane McDonald with the 451 still holding on to that second. As the rest of the field starts stretching out a little bit further, in the third spot, still the 405 of Mason Prater, our winner from yesterday. Now the 3 top drivers coming up onto some lappers. This could be a spoiler. And the first 2 get by, and all 3 get by, and here comes the 4th one as well. Still Rodriguez, McDonald, and Prater are top 3. We got a lead change in up top 3 now. Now coming in, it's a 446. Brock Collins works his way up into that third spot. So good job by Collins. Big sleeper on this parade now.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the dominating drivers here in this class, I love to say his name, Orion Rodriguez out front here in this GR2 class. And Orion Rodriguez, he's going to be pretty excited, but he's got his hands full with a hard-charging Mason Prater and a Bronson Charamonte.
Kiramonte in the orange car now with the mandatory yellow as Rodriguez has to slow down the field. And Collins in that third spot. So, you know, our mandatory yellow, it's halfway through the race for those of you that don't know. And it just tightens up the field for a restart coming up here in a matter of minute. And it gives, instead of stretching out the field, it tightens it up and just makes it a lot more fair for everybody else.
Yeah, there's a lot of strategy going involved in the mandatory caution, so that way somebody doesn't just run away with it wire to wire. You know, if they have a different setup of car or a faster driver or a better veteran, so the mandatory caution brings everything together. So that brings out the strategy. Do you give what you got from the start, or do you save it for the second half? So anything can happen right here after the mandatory caution.
We'll see how Brock Collins comes out of this mix at number 446. While the leader of the pack, Orion Rodriguez. Oh, look at this on the inside. The 405 trying to be a spoiled. Mason Prater trying to make up for lost time. Now in that third spot as he slides by Collins coming through turn number 1. Rodriguez still leads out Kiramonte. Kiramonte in the number 474 orange car. and Rodriguez in the black car in the lead in the number 429.
Well, Orion Rodriguez, a longtime veteran of this class since I've been out here announced. It's really good to see Orion out front all weekend, and he's going to be exciting to talk to out here.
Now dropping back behind Collins, the 446. None other than Lane McDonald. Lane McDonald, our early race leader, diving on the inside of everybody in that first turn. Now dropping back to 5th spot as Rodriguez leads out Kiramonte and Prater. Now coming across turn number 4 into turn 5. Back across our front straightaway. Still Rodriguez in that black car. Leads them out, stretching out his lead a little bit further from the 474 of Bronson Kiramonte. As Kiramonte trying to hold off the charge of Mason Prater, our winner from yesterday in the 405. Now the top 3 marker tightening up again. So we'll see in the next lap or two if by chance Prater can maybe get a pass on both Kiramonte and Rodriguez.
Well, indeed, and you can see them coming up on lap traffic. This is really going to play into the racing right here because you can get one by, but the next 2 can get held up. So we'll see how the lap driver coming up here is going to play in this chase.
Rodriguez coming up onto some lappers, inside clear. Same with Kiramonte, and here comes Prater, and he gets by clear as well. But they got another one right in front of us, coming through some tight traffic now. Kiramonte and Rodriguez are clear again, and so is Prater. So they're making their way through the field by lapping as Rodriguez takes the white flag. Kiramonte in the second, Prater in the third, and it's still Collins in the 446 in that 4th spot.
Those top 3 drivers right there definitely demonstrating their experience. They were able to get by the lap driver very cleanly, and that's what it takes here to stay out in front. If you're top 3 and you're dealing with lap traffic, you try to get away that lap, get through that lap traffic as cleanly as you can.
Kiramonte in a do or die situation, one more turn to go, really trying to push on the inside of Rodriguez, but I don't think there's about two car lengths between as Rodriguez takes the checkered. Kiramonte in the second, and the 405 of Mason Prater rounds up our top 3 for our Junior 2 carts. Race number 3 in the traps right now. It's a Junior 1 carts.
Pretty excited about that. We'll talk to the racers after this coming back. Hey, where's Brock Collins' spotter? Brock Collins' dad or mom or spotter? Where they at? Nobody? Who's spotting for Brock Collins? Anybody? Going once, going twice. Nobody's spotting for Brock Collins. Okay. You guys are? Okay. Come on down here. I got something. If you'd like to call Brock and tell him to make his way over here to the podium, I got something for you guys to do in this class or the next class. So come on down here. I got a surprise for you guys. All right, Chris, looks like the drivers are making their way here to my podium. We'll talk to the drivers right after this.
Sounds good. Let me rifle over some of our fine sponsors now. A lot of you might not be a regular participant in the stands here for our Lucas Oil Arizona Regionals, but I tell you what, our sponsors come on board. We have a whole fence load of banners up on the fence. Do us all a big favor and read up and down all of our banners. All of our fine sponsors help put this program together, help with the financing, and sponsor many of our drivers that are out on the course. So support those that support us and our fine supporting sponsors for the Lucas Oil Arizona Regionals. We cannot do it without them. But here come our top 2 runners here for our Junior 1 carts, our Junior 2 carts. And really looking forward to later on today with our 1000 production. Now that Yamaha, I tell you what, Yamaha coming forward with supporting our racing program with our YXC Yamaha 1000. We'll be seeing a lot of those later on in the day. And with Dustin Nelson doing the preview last year and them coming on board in November, really big thank you to all those fine folk at Yamaha for being on board with us here for Lucas Oil Arizona Regionals.
All right, so as the kids are climbing out of the cars and they get their helmets off, let's get them off here. And Let's see it. All right, Wildhorse pass. Make some noise for the JR2 winners. All right, we're really excited about this. Ryan Rodriguez here. He's going to be exciting to talk to. Bronson Charmonte and Mason Prater. You know, these kids, I was making the point yesterday that from our last race, man, there's something in the water because these kids have all grown a foot. I mean, they haven't grown an inch. They're like adults now. So come on up here, fellas. Get the hugs, get the hugs. And then come on up here, let's talk. All right, we'll take third place. Where are we at? This is Bronson. Oh, switch. All right. Well, Mason Prater, we got to start with you today. That's okay, man. That's right. Look at that. He's shaping up. Dude, you know how to get this done, man. You come out here, you take some names, man, and you get some more trophies to add to your very large trophy collection. You must be pretty stoked right now.
Yeah, I mean, I have double the trophies that I did last year, so that's exciting.
That is very exciting. You know, dude, he's like, yeah, I know that. I know what's rocking. Well, that's very good, man. You looked really good. I didn't have an answer out there to get around to a hard charge and a Ryan Rodriguez and Bronson Charamonte, but what was going on there from your cockpit?
I mean, like, they drove great, and it was just really hard to get around them, especially with the blue grooves. It was hard to keep the car under control.
Well, what's the thing you change for the blue groove? Do you change your tires, or do you actually change the setup of the car?
We'll change the setup of the car.
Very good. Well, right on. Well, whatever you did, the setup must have worked because you're here talking to me third place. You got a long list of people to get you here. Who do you want to say thank you to?
I want to say thanks to my mom, my dad, Hutch, Kevin McMullen, Cole Keats for fighting for me, all my fans and supporters, and everybody that helps me with my car.
Very good. Third place, Mason Prater. Everybody doing a great job. And Bronson Charamonte, man, you're up here. I got to talk to you yesterday, and here we are again. You must be having a pretty good weekend yourself.
Yeah, I'm having a great weekend.
And second place, that's something to do, man. Ryan Rodriguez, he's just on fire this week, and he's got it going.
Yeah, he's got it really going.
All right, very good. So what was going on out there? We're dealing with the blue groove that Mason was talking about. How are you dealing with it?
Yeah, it's really hard to keep the car in control, like Mason said, and just couldn't get up to Rowan. And then catch up to him and pass him.
Well, very good. You guys looked like it was a pretty smooth race. You guys were definitely battling it. Nobody really ran away with it. You guys always were right there. It was a tight battle.
Yep.
All right, well, who do you want to thank here for this second place finish?
My mom, my dad, my papa, A.M. Ortega, RTL, B&D, Troy, Adams, and happy anniversary to my mom and dad.
All right, well, dude, that is a very good interview right there. Scoot on over because I want to squeeze in your winner, Ryan Rodriguez. Dude, you must feel, look at that, dude. I haven't seen a smile like that on your face since I've known you. You know, when the mic goes up there, that's cue for you to go, yeah, because that's about what you do. I'm just kidding. Man, so what was going on? Did you know what was going on behind you, or were you working it, or what? How hard were you pushing it?
I was pushing pretty hard. I knew kind of a little bit what was going on behind me. My papa, the spotter up in the stands looking after me, telling me what's going on, if I'm checked out so I can hit my lines perfect, all that.
All right, that's a very smart racing strategy there. As we were talking about the blue group, how did you set your car up, or did you run a different tire compound, or what were you doing?
I set my car up. I'd go out and in to get more speed to be smooth.
Well, I'll tell you what, it must have worked because you're first place right now. That feels pretty good. So tell us who got you this first place trophy.
My papa for all of his hard work again. ADS, ICA, Gamble Electric, Copper State. I forgot the one, but they give me all my Zeus tabs for my car to hold my body on. And Centerline Wraps, my mom for her amazing pictures.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah.
All right, well, there you have it. He's got so much emotion to Ryan Rodriguez, your winner. So, Chris, got another class of JRs. Who do we got coming up next?
We have Junior Cars, number 1. And I tell you what, this was a great show yesterday. On the inside, row number 1, 274, Braden Kiramonte. Outside row 1, 254, Luke Knupp. The 264 in...
All right, in fact, I didn't know he made a Brock Collins. I don't mean to interrupt you, Chris. I got something. Where's all the kids? And everybody stay here. And I'm going to let you handle this. I got something right here that I was told we can give away. And the reason I brought you up here, I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know if you know it. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do to you. I was told we should give it away by who handed it to me. What do you think about that? Have you seen this yet? Yeah. You've seen it. All right, well, I understand this one's up here to give away, so how would you like to give it away? You want to give it away to a fan? Who's a big fan out there? Anybody want to come over here and get this picture? What do you want to do? Right there. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Lucky recipient right here. The Brock Collins calendar. I don't know if you saw it over here. It's pretty awesome. Brock Collins, you know what you need to do is get a Sharpie. Make sure you sign that poster because I know you just made him. I do not, unfortunately. I might have one in my bag, actually, now that I think about it. So let's see if we got one in my bag. Back up to you, Chris.
Thank you. Back to inside row number 2. Substitute for Rajan Wilkins. Callie Kinsman in the 264. Landon Combs outside row number 2, number 226. Ethan Ebert, number 272, inside row number 3. Brody Michael, number 297, outside row 3. Caden Combs, number 227, inside row 4. Braden Fisher, outside row 4, 261. Outside row number 5 is 271 of Jake Bowman. And inside row number 5, another little lady, Brianna Fisher, number 235. This is, of course, the Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Series, Arizona, presented by Yamaha Racing. This is race number 3. And I tell you what, Mark, we had some great racing action yesterday between Luke Canup, Braden Kiramonte, and of course Rajan Wilkins took a tumble, and she's okay, but she will not be able to race today. So stepping in for her is Callie Kinsman. As our Yamaha YFC goes and leads them out, coming through, 1000cc pace car from Yamaha Motor Racing, now coming on board this year as our official pace car for the Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Series, Arizona, presented by Yamaha Racing.
Very excited about our Yamaha sponsorship out here. I was able to do a lot of the track work out here with the track crew on Thursday. And, you know, we're talking about the YXZ, but another vehicle that we need to talk about is this 6-seater Viking 6 that they got here today with us. And this thing is awesome. Very turkey. It's a 6-seater. We'll talk more about it as we come after this racing.
Pile up on the interstate here. They're all back up and rolling again as Luke Canup leads them around. Number 1 sporting another with the 274 behind him. Braden Kiramonte got a yellow flag coming out. Yeah, tighten up our field for a restart again as Luke Canup leads them out. Braden Kiramonte in that second spot. Following Yamaha YXC 1000R pace car coming back around. Now this is a smaller course of our Lucas Oil Off-Road Regionals here in Arizona. We'll be opening it up for the other classes here pretty soon. In staging right now, getting ready to go. It's our SR1s. Stick around for race number 4 coming right upon us. In staging, lining up now. As our YXC pulls off, Canup leads them out. The 264 behind him. Callie Kinsman in substitution for Rajan Wilkins in that third spot, following the guys as Canup leads through turn number 2.
Yeah, Rajan Wilkins yesterday in a altercation. She ended up with a broken wrist, and I believe a broken wrist or a broken arm. So Callie Kinsman out here doing the duty out here and filling in for Rajan Wilkins.
Kinsman now slides into that second spot, given by Kiramonte, as the leader of the pack, Luke Canup, leads them out down the front stretch. And here comes the 226, Landon Combs, one of the Combs brothers, now bumping under that back bumper, Kiramonte. Kiramonte coming back up onto Kinsman again, swings wide, side by side with Combs, and Combs comes around the outside of him, gets off course, and loses that third battle between him and Kiramonte. Tough break for Combs because that was a good charge put on by Landon Combs into 226. Back in our lead, Canup still down the front straightaway, followed by the 264 with some body panels coming off of Callie Kinsman. She's still holding on ahead of Kiramonte. Of course, the Braden Kiramonte, number 274, still in that third spot. Kinsman adding some breathing room between her and Brandon Kiramonte as they come back around through turn number 3 into turn number 4. Luke Canup leads them out. The next lap or two, we should be seeing a white flag for the yellow, orange, and blue car. That's still coming through turn number 1, leading them out. Here comes Kiramonte now back to battle Callie Kinsman for that second spot. Mind you, that car took a tumble yesterday, and Ragin Wilkins setting it out, let Callie jump in, doing a good job holding on to that second spot ahead of Brandon Kiramonte. Kiramonte, of course, in 274, and Wilkins' car, ridden by Kinsman, in number 264. Callie on the inside still of Kiramonte going through turn number 1 as Luke Canup, yellow out on course.
I'll tell you what, it's very exciting to see Callie Kinsman out here doing business as usual. She is a veteran of this class as well in the Reagan Wilkins car, and she's doing a great job with her teammate, Luke Canup.
Now as the field tightens up the real estate, Mark, when they get a restart going here in just a moment, they're tightening up pretty fast, so I think they should be able to get a green here in a matter of seconds. We are going yellow for one more lap. One of our cars in the backfield was not quite ready for a restart. So now these Junior 1 carts now trying to line them up. Just a half lap to go, and then we'll get back underway with a restart here in race number 3. Take time real quick. Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Series Arizona, presented by Yamaha Racing and Lucas Oil, our title sponsor. Also with the help, our great trophy presentation and catering with Tilted Kilt, R&R Steel, Schnuff, Never Stop Riding, Big O Tires, Adam Grunder and Company, Weller Racing, Arizona Color, Pinnacle Off-Road, Dragonfire, Mr. Rooter, Network Automotive, MTX Audio for helping Mark and I make the sound across these stadiums here, Santa Ford, ADS Racing Shocks, and all the rest that I didn't mention. But here we go. We're going for a restart again. Can Canup hold off the charge of Kinsman? Let's see. Callie Kinsman right on the back bumper of Luke Canup as she comes down through turn number 1. And still Canup and Kinsman 1 and 2, followed by Kiramonte. Kiramonte, of course, in at number 274. Oh, tangled up down the back stretch. We have a new third place runner. It's Landon Combs in the 226. Now sliding by Kiramonte for that third spot. So good job by Combs, followed by the brother of the 227 of Caden Combs. So the Combs brothers running third and fourth right now behind Canup and Kinsman. Canup in the 1 and Kinsman in the 264. Just a couple more laps to go for this one. Man, look at that battle for fourth place as Kiramonte back in the middle after getting tangled up with the younger Combs of the two and the 274. Side by side for six, 297 and 272. 297 being that of Brody Michael and 272 of Ethan Ebert. Ebert making podium yesterday. Still back to the lead, Canup, Kinsman, and Combs. And that's Landon Combs, of course, in the 226. Lots of distance between each of the cars in the top three positions. But moving up pretty quickly right now, 297, Brody Michael starting to make a move coming up under the younger Combs brothers, the number 227 of Caden Combs.
We lost the wheel, Cone Crawford. Or is that Cone Crawford? It's a green car. Who are we looking at out there?
Wheel coming off of Brody Michael, going
Brody
into
Michaels.
a ditch, coming off of turn number 2. Tough break because Brody was definitely on the move, Mark. Great job by Callie Kinsman keeping Luke Canup on his teammates. Here in the junior karts, he's been racing for the last couple of years now. And Canup, the top honor, sporting that number one with pride. But Kinsman, previous champion in the field. Now moving into that third spot, early race, number 274 is Brandon Caramonte. But Caramonte slipping on by Landon Combs for that third spot. Good job by the bright orange, number 274 of Brandon Caramonte.
Well, you know what's really cool about this race going on so far, Chris, is the battle going on between Luke Canup and Callie Kinsman. These two are no strangers to battling each other, so it's good to see them out front doing business as usual. Even though Callie Kinsman is in an injured Reagan Wilkins car, she's doing Callie Kinsman right now. You can see the beautiful pace car coming by, the Yamaha YXZ. You'll be able to see this in our Production 1000 class because it's about a 50% field of Yamaha YXZs today in our 1000 class.
Man, in this lineup right now, Mark, we got some bumping and grinding. It's pretty funny. Landon Combs right now is bumping into Braden Caramonte. He's letting them know he's there. He's going to try to push him to try to take back over that third spot. Still flying yellow as they're flying behind. The YXC Yamaha pulling up to the infield to avoid Brody Michael that's over in the ditch still. They're pulling him out right now. After losing a wheel and spitting it, coming out of turn number 2, tough break for Brody Michael into number 297, the bright green car that's being pulled off the track now.
Hey, you know what? I think I got to sit here while we already got the car off. We'll do it here in a second. But we missed the invocation today on our opening ceremony, so I'll tell you what. At the end of this race, I'm gonna have a little invocation real quick. We'll lay down some prayer, and we'll get started here. Eddie's up here, and so we'll come back to you. It's never too late to have the invocation, is it?
Never too late.
All right, so we'll do it here at the end of this race. Coming to you, we're going green. Flag flying as well in our green flag. This will be one more lap, a dash to the finish.
Canup and Kinsman going at it right now. And Luke Canup pulls a little bit ahead of Callie Kinsman, but she's got a storming Braden Caramonte in that bright orange 274 working on trying to get on the outside right now of Callie Kinsman. Kinsman back on it again. Little extra horsepower coming back up on the Canup in that Wilkins vehicle as they come back down the front straightaway. It's still Canup. Checker flag. Canup, Kinsman, and Caramonte.
Well, Callie Kinsman doing a great job there, coming back for Reagan Wilkins, an injured Reagan Wilkins. So, Eddie, why don't you come on up here real quick because the car's going to quiet down. So, Chris, unofficially, what's our top three?
Luke Knupp in the number 1. Callie Kinsman in the 264. And Braden Caramonte in the 274. Our top 3 runners as they get switched and pulled off the course to come down our podium row. They're coming to you, Mark.
All right, very good. While we are allowing the drivers to get over here, we missed the invocation. So I ask that everybody right now join us in prayer. Eddie, I'm going to hand the microphone to you because you always do such an amazing job.
Thank you, brother. I'm just honored to be able to be here. Our chaplain earlier, I guess, was ill. It was supposed to be here yesterday and today, so I was able to get here as soon as I could. And if you would, please remove your hats and join me as we offer up a word of prayer. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for this day and to be able to be out here and enjoy off-road racing out here at Wildhorse Pass. I just thank you for everybody that makes this race possible. I just pray blessings on Lucas Oil, the Jones family, everybody that sponsors this race, and for all of the racers that come out here and put on such a great show. I just pray for the safety for all the drivers and all the crew members, and we just pray everyone has a great day out here at the races. And I also want to lift up all the men and women that are serving our country, whether abroad or here, that are serving in the military. I just pray for them and their families also. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I'll tell you what, Eddie, that's a great job. And right now, it's a great job behind you, the kids. We got the kids finishing our JR1 class, and we'll talk to them right now. All right, hey, everybody, Luke Knupp standing on his car. You boys and girls better make some noise out here. Luke Knupp, he's got his axial in his hand. Move, those cars are amazing right there. So we'll talk with the boys and girls. Callie Kinsman, man, really good to see her out here. And we'll talk to Brayton right after this. So we'll get him up here. What'd you guys think about that racing out there, everybody? What'd you think? All right. So Brayton Charamonte, come on up here. Let's get you guys and girls. Callie Kinsman, wow, look at that. Standing in for an injured Reagan Wilkins. Reagan, where are you at? She's out here somewhere, I just heard. He's right here. There she is. Wow, man. I mean, I'm going to try to stay away from you because I'm like a bull in a china shop. I might hurt you, but, man, tough break. Literally, how does it feel?
Feels good.
It feels good. No, it does. A broken bone. It don't feel good. Don't lie to me. Glad to see that you're okay and you're all smiling. So what'd you think of Callie out there? She held it down.
Yeah, she did really good.
All right, well, we're going to get up there and talk to her right now. Callie, we're waiting on you, sweetheart. Come on. All right, Braden, we're getting here situated. I'm sorry. So I'll tell you what. Oh, up there, that's Luke's. Or that's Callie's. This is Braden's. All right. All right, Braden Armonte, everybody. You're a third-place finisher. Braden, I'm going to get over here to talk to you while we get some things. Man, you must feeling pretty good out there. You know, you didn't let these two just run away with it. You were definitely right there, and you definitely had an answer if they slipped up.
Yep.
How did it feel out there? What was going on from your vantage point?
Slick and hard to drive.
Oh, yeah? What made it hard? How did you do it? Did you set up different, or did you mash down or brake easier? What did you do? That's a hard one, huh?
Yeah.
All right, that's all right. Hey, man, third place, man. Great job out here. Who do you want to say thank you to?
My mom, dad, grandpa, Garrett, B&D, Troy, Grammy Strong, OCC, A. Ortega, Black Rhino, Walker Evans. Yep.
All right, you got it. Braden Sharp out there, everybody in third place. Leaders, slide on over here, my buddy. Slide on over here. Let's get this next young lady. I'll tell you what, I've watched this girl mature throughout the years. Callie Kinsman, second place, standing in for an injured Reagan Wilkins. We got to talk to her, but, you know, getting you back in these cars, how's it feel?
Great.
Yeah, just business as usual, like you and Luke just picked up where you left off. Right? I mean, right? You guys battling it out, even though you're running Reagan's. Well, what was I speaking different language there? But no, I'm just messing with you. But Reagan, you got to feel pretty good that she came up here after your injury yesterday.
Yeah.
So it must feel pretty good. We talked to you a little, but man, you got a lot of people to thank out here getting back in the car.
My sponsors?
Yeah, well, yours, hers, a little bit of everything, sure.
Well, I mean, I guess I thank her parents, all her sponsors, and Pink Motorsports, Playcraft Trailers, Sun Valley Trailers.
That's perfect. So you did it perfect. See, high five. Callie, you know what you're doing, girl. You definitely know what you're doing. All right, so second place, Callie Kinsman. But the man right now, he still got it done. Luke Knupp. Come on over here and talk to me, man. Man, shredded. How did it feel to be back there battling with Callie again?
It felt good just coming back from one of the worst races of my career yesterday. I'm just really happy to get back on the box.
Well, that's good, man. I do like it when you are happy, man, because you're a very tough competitor out there, and I know you get really disappointed if the racing weekend doesn't go your way. But I'll tell you what, it just went your way today. I mean, that's some good stuff out there. Let's go through your long, illustrious list of sponsors.
Well, first I want to just say that happy birthday to Arizona. I have it on the side of the cart for a reason. And I want to thank all my sponsors, KC Highlights, Active Screen Printing, Action Sports Campy, Campies, Axial, Pens by Michael, HPS Plumbing, Ultra Wheels, and Lucas Oil. Thank you.
Very good. Luke up, everybody, and I'll tell you what, don't forget that. Luke, that's right, squeeze on in there, and I know you and Callie got your striker pose. So let's see if I can do it. Are you guys going to do it? You're going to have to get out of the way, or you're going to get another button here. Are you guys ready? We're going to count it. We're going to do it. All right. Pose, you know what's going on. Chris, back up to you. What's coming up next?
Cutting out just a little bit there, Mark, but I tell you what, we have one of the hottest races right in front of us right now, sponsored by none other than Weller Racing, but it's the SR1 Championship. Inside row number 1, number 82, Robert Disler. And this guy was untouchable yesterday. Outside row number 35, Brandon Kilgore. Inside row number 2, qualifying third is 42, Scott Webster. Dustin Nelson outside number 2, number 94. Inside row number 3, Corey Weller in the number 1 car. Outside row number 3, in the number 95, the Dragonfire car of Ken Benson. David Hurd, number 16, inside row 4. Followed by Jamie Regina, number 47, outside row 4. Brian McCormick, our video guy here, number 9, inside row 5. Lance Smoot, SS guy, outside row number 5, number 21. Inside row number 6, number 91 is Matt Land. Outside row number 6, number 15 is Lynn Grant. Inside row number 7, ex-mini bike star here in Arizona, number 23, Buddy Bruner. J.R. Wood, number 28, outside row 7. Jared Gooden, number 69, inside row 8. And outside row number 8 is Travis Steele, number 92. As Mark and I were talking earlier, Brandon Kilgore could not be touched, but Dustin Nelson has something for him today in his SR1. As they come back through, following the lead of our 1000R YXZ, and a lead down the front straight. This is the first time Racing Action's touched the big horse here today at Wildhorse Pass.
Well, you know, we talk about with the Yamaha coming on this year, new for 2016, really upping their support. Well, they are very, very present in the SR1 class. There's only a handful of other manufacturers out here, like Brian McCormick. He's running another manufacturer. But the predominant engine in the SR1s is the Yamaha R1 engine.
We got to tighten up the field just a little bit as they come down in through turn number 1.
Now, Chris, you were talking to me that you came back from a motorcycle announcing position. Well, I'll tell you what's really cool about these SR1s. When you hear this engine, you think you're going to turn around and see a sport bike. But when you turn around and see an 1,800-pound race car with these engines, man, it's pure excitement.
You know, I'm looking forward to what the future beholds in front of us. You know, we're limited to 1,000 cc, but what happens? We have these 1,300 cc engines, these 1,500. What's going to happen when you do 2,000 cc motorcycle engine?
Well, I talk about to Jason Weller all the time. You know, I say, what happens if we put like a, you know, Yamaha offers a large cc engine like that, and like the Yamaha Raider or something, they got a 1,800 cc. I mean, the idea of everything, it's just limitless. We can do all kinds of stuff in these cars. So, all right, we're going racing this time around. So we're going to pull off and we're going to look at this racing action here as the beautiful Yamaha YXZ pace car is leading this very large field of SR1 championship cars.
As they tighten up, coming out through the last turn, back down the front straight, our 1000R YXZ pulls off. We are going racing, folks. Stand up, arms in the air. Look at this, just like yesterday. Kilgore going through turn number 1. Nilsson had to drive back out and use another third spot. That's a Weller coming on. Oh, we got the spin coming in turn number 3. And Wilson, our top 3 runners. And here comes Webster on the outside of Benson, battling for that 4th spot. Kenny Benson in the 95 and Webster in the 42 as they come back down the front straightaway. Still Kilgore and Corey Weller from Weller Racing now trying to make Brandon Kilgore, keeping him honest in that number 34. Back down the back straightaway into turn number 2. Weller swinging wide. Now trying to dive on the inside of Kilgore as they come back toward turn number 4. Nilsson having some issues because he's got a Ken Benson right on his back bumper trying to take over that podium spot. And here comes Webster. Scott Webster in the 42 now starting to work on Benson to keeping him honest too. Now Jamie Regina, we mentioned him a couple times in the red, white, and blue car, currently running in that 6th spot. As Weller and Kilgore run away from the field. Not quite a battle for the lead yet, but you never can rule out Corey Weller. She's sporting that number 1 for a very good reason. She is definitely a fierce competitor here in this field.
Well, standing down here on the straight
yesterday, with all the yellow flags coming out here in the SR1 Racing, was unable to do any better than first place all day long. So Kilgore doing the same thing, pulling it out today. Right now, Kilgore, Webster, and Nelson. Nelson sponsored out of Yamaha Racing, making a debut last November with the YXZ Yamaha 1000R. And we'll be seeing him later on today at the last race of the day. But still, Brandon Kill. Go ahead, Mark.
No, that's all right. I was just trying to tell you, coming down here from the vantage point down here, it sounds like Brian McCormick can't shift. Brian McCormick is stuck in a gear, and he's just hammering it down. You can hear it. Sounds like he's going to scatter it here in a second. You can hear him going sick coming into turn 4.
Cleaning the air behind him. Dustin Nilsson in the 94 still holding on to the 3rd. But here comes Weller. She's coming back up on the Kilgore. The real estate between the two is tightening and tightening. And here comes Corey Weller. Brandon Kilgore better be on top of his game because that young lady sporting that number 1 out of Weller Racing, reeling him in like a big fish, coming right now into turn number 4. Now I'm surprised some of these guys don't go across the high road and just hold it wide open and rail. Brandon Kilgore still leads out Corey Weller. Mandatory yellow. And this is going to change things up really quick, Mark. Kilgore, Weller.
Man, Chris, what an exciting weekend for Brandon Kilgore. Brandon Kilgore just dominating this week, and he's running the race of his lifetime since I've known the gentleman, and he's doing amazing out here. You know, it turns out Brian McCormick's car, number 9, did check out. He looked like he was having, he couldn't, from what I could hear, sounded like he couldn't shift the thing. So Brian McCormick having to get out of here, and so second half, we'll see what's going to hold after this mandatory caution.
I'm told we are now going to go green. Still Kilgore, Weller, Nelson, Benson, and Webster, followed by Regina, our top 6 SR1s in this field.
Well, before we go green, I got to remind everybody to go down and talk to these girls right here in front of me because we got some Girl Scout cookies. Is that right?
Yeah.
You got to love them, man. Girl Scout cookies, that's the way to go here today. All right, so go see these girls right here on Vendor Road, and you can get some Girl Scout cookies. Hey, man, we're coming back to you, Chris. We're going green.
Thank you so much, Mark. Hey, as always, great working with you. Coming down the front, we have clear Kilgore, Weller, and Nelson. Now here comes Webster and Regina. Regina and Webster side by side coming back up on the Benson as Kilgore leads the field in the 35. And the second spot still being out of Corey Weller. Weller on the back bumper of Kilgore as they come flying in through turn number 3. Still Dustin Nelson being sandwiched between Benson and Weller.
Well, it's very exciting down here from my angle. These guys and girls are definitely battling out. You can see Brandon Kilgore right now behind me. He's just killing it. We came up with a new phrase this weekend for his dominance here this weekend.
Kilgore getting a bit sideways going through turn number 2. Weller starting to relinquish onto it. Here comes Benson on the Dustin. Benson spinning Dustin out. Now takes over that third spot. So Ken Benson spins out Dustin Nelson for the third as Webster and Regina now battle for that last podium position.
Well, I tell you what, Chris, from my vantage point down here, it looked like Ken Benson came in at turn 3 and took him out. But look at how Ken Benson hit the wall. It did not look intentional.
Tough break in the heat of the battle. Nelson gets spun by Ken Benson. Benson still dead in the water. He was having issues during qualifying as our yellow flag comes out to clear the course with the Dragon Fire number 95 of Ken Benson.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you heard me there while they were racing it. It looked at first as if Ken Benson intentionally took out Dustin Nelson. But after they made contact, Ken Benson went right into the wall as well, so I won't be surprised if he doesn't have brakes or he doesn't have steering or maybe even a little bit of both. So we'll see what's happening here. He has been having steering issues all weekend long, so we'll find out what's happening. I don't think Ken Benson did that intentionally.
So our top 5 racers right now, Kilgore, Weller, Webster, Regina, and now coming into that 5th spot.
Is that Lance Root? Where are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got Land, Regina, and then there's Lance Root.
Now Lance Root having issues with his axle earlier on.
And seeing Dustin Nelson here in the back of this field after getting taken out in turn 3, this is very uncharacteristic. Can Dustin Nelson reel back in the leaders and get back on the podium?
You know, Mark, it's good to see Lance Root all the way up in that 5th spot from S&S. You know, the guy worked really hard last night. He had axle issues, couldn't find an axle with a reverse nut on that side that got busted. So he finally found one, got it all sorted out, and he's all the way up into that 5th spot now.
Boy, you're right. I was over there watching him get busy. They were working on that car feverishly last night just to get him out here into the show today. So it's good to see Lance back out here getting it together and getting it back together. But the hard luck trophy going out to Dustin Nelson right now on that factory Yamaha. He got taken out by Ken Benson here in turn 3. We'll talk with Ken Benson, see what happens. Like I said, either Ken Benson got damaged from hitting Nelson, or we'll have to see how the drama shapes up here. It's going to be pretty interesting to find out what's going on.
Okay, Benson did break down, so maybe he broke coming into the turn, and that's what happened for him to take out.
Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic like Ken Benson. I don't think that he would ever intentionally push somebody out in turn 3. I know he knows there would be some stiff consequences coming out, and I don't think he would jeopardize anybody's safety out there doing that as well. So he's always a tough competitor, and we'll just have to find out what happened. I wouldn't be surprised if he lost brakes or lost steering, so we'll find out.
Now we'll have to keep our eyes on number 94, Dustin Nelson, toward the back of the field, see how far up through the pack he can make him. Maybe he can make podium. Who knows? Dustin is definitely a stormer. I've been watching Dustin. I've known him for a long, long time, all the way back to motorcycle days, and watched him all the way through his quad career, and I got to interview him quite a few times there on the podium there at the Work Series.
Yeah, indeed. He's very fun to interview. He's very professional. You know what? He's all business, man, and he's all business on and off the track. You know, I didn't even get to see him yesterday after the event, so hopefully we'll be able to talk with him, because that's been for our job as announcers, when we really get to know the inside story, is when we're done at the race and we're over there talking with them after the race, and we can find out all the details, and we can find out all the stuff that they're going to change or not change for the second day of racing. So I didn't get a chance to talk to Dustin Nelson out here, but if I know how he feels right now, something's going on right there with Ken Benson, so we'll find out what's going on.
You know, Dustin was definitely been a storm. He's currently running in that 12th spot right now. But the leader, and I tell you what, after 3 or 4 yellows yesterday, nobody can even touch him. We are capturing the exact same results. Something going on there.
It's just like it just got bad all of a sudden. See if I can come down here and make some changes. See if we can change the elevation here.
Now, as we come to turn number 3, Brandon Kilgore, Corey Weller, Scott Webster, our top 3 runners, and Regina in the back waiting for all of those 3 to tangle to come and take that top honor. Who knows what's going to happen? Lance Root, you never know what's going to happen here, too. He might make podium really quick. As his field tightens up, Kilgore waiting for the last second to give a guess. There goes Brandon. Still Kilgore, Weller, and Webster, followed by Regina, the top 4, and Lance Root on the outside in 5th spot as he comes up to the top. Man, I tell you what, Kilgore has got some horsepower in that rig in the number 35 as he's pulling from Weller. Nice job by Brandon Kilgore. Come flying into the air, sideways, lands on the wheels, and still stays on the gas as he flies through turn 1, followed by Weller and Webster.
A couple hard chargers to keep your eye on right now is indeed the number 94 of Dustin Nelson. But you can also see out there Robert Disler. He got taken out early. He's going into turn 3, almost rolling it. But you can see Robert Disler, that number 82 car. He's pushing it hard too.
Now coming from 12th spot all the way up into 7th, Dustin Nelson on fire with 1 lap to go, trying to work into that 6th spot. Kilgore and Weller still going at it, followed by Webster and Clean Air. Jaime Regina in that 4th spot. And look at Nelson on fire in the 7th spot. Now going to be working all the way up to 6th as he comes on the inside for that 6th spot. So the factory Yamaha racer, after dead last start, with 3 laps to go, now working on the 82 of Robert Disler. Disler, a long-standing SR1 pilot. Nice job, Kilgore, Weller, Webster, Regina, and Disler, our top 6 runners in this parade. So good job by Kilgore. He flat out spanked everybody again 2 days in a row.
What an incredible race we just witnessed right there. The Gramps squeezing in at 3rd place. My man Scott Webster on the podium. I know he's going to be very excited for sure. And Brandon Kilgore, what can we say in this opening round? 1 and 2. And Corey Weller, of course, just getting it done and fitting it in there in 2nd place. Couple of the drivers there to watch, so I don't know if you're keeping your eye. Dustin Nelson, after that push out in turn 3, he came through the pack, but wow, young Robert Disler doing a great job, passing 7 cars there in the second half to get back up to a respectable finish. Lots of excitement walking with these guys getting off this off the bleachers here. Susie, you better come talk to me, Mama. Man, you know what I love about this couple is she gets just as excited as he does, man. She's trembling down here. She can barely breathe. You know, it's always great. You guys are awesome, man, and it's always good to see him up here. You got to be excited as he is.
I'm so excited.
Oh, man, it's good, man. You know, we were talking about it last night. We were all a tight-knit family, man. It's always beautiful when we see you guys get up here.
Oh, thank you.
She's even speechless now. She's really happy. So we haven't got a chance to talk to Jason Well out here. So while Jason's filming here, we're gonna kind of squeeze in here. That's right, dude. Brandon Kilgore, everybody doing a great job. Make some noise for Brandon Kilgore. Jason, man, you got to be pretty excited here. This class looking great. What a great weekend of racing for the SR1 Championship Series.
Yeah, that was a great race. It's cool to see all these guys getting up to speed, you know, and it's awesome to see a guy like Brandon who puts in all that time and effort to work on his own car, and he comes out here and he pulls off a finish like that. It's nice to have new blood up top, and great job, Brandon. Great job, everybody.
All right, that's Jason Weller. After you guys get on my podium, we got some stuff. I got to get in on that too, dude. Heck yeah, get in on that. And the Grabs, 3rd place. Is that Scott Webster right there? I'm pretty excited. We'll talk to the drivers right after this. Come on, guys. It's like, thank God I got a PA to talk to Scott Webster. Scott. No, just kidding. Is that bad? Is that bad? All right. Come on up here. So, Scott, while they're getting ready to hand you the trophies and everything, man, you guys do me a favor. Make some noise for Scott Webster, everybody. It's been a long time, man, but it's good to have you up here again. A lot of things happening, unfolding, a lot of people getting pushed out of the way, man, but you were there to pick up the ticket.
Yeah, that was a rough one, man. There's a lot of fast people. Really hard to hold off Regina there. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
You know, I don't know who spoke less, you or your wife, man. You guys both, I don't even know what to do right now. It's almost like you didn't expect to be on the podium, but, man, that looks great. It definitely put on a great race for the spectators, man. But you got a great program over here, as we were just talking to Susie. We are all a tight-knit family. You guys definitely pull together, man. But who climbs out on your list of people you want to thank?
Happy Valentine's Day to my wife, Susie. Diversified Builders, Network Automotive, Specialty Paving. Josh did a hell of a job spotting, keeping me calm, and thank all my friends and family for coming out. And these guys just killed it, man. I couldn't believe it. Nice job, you guys.
Well, that's the new phrase of the weekend I coined it here. It says when Brandon's up there, Brandon Kilgore, we're killing it. So good job with you. You got one more?
Obviously, Weller Racing.
Woo! Scott Webster, everybody, one of the big boys in this thing, and I'm very excited. Well, normally I get to talk to this girl on top, but you know what? Hey, you're still up here talking to me. That's a good weekend of racing. You're still driving the car. No major carnage and no hurts. They were looking good there, but, man, you guys just put on quite the show. Brandon Kilgore's race program this weekend has been spot on, and it's been all you can do. So how are you feeling with this?
That was really, really fun. I mean, that's all you can ask for as racers, is just go out and have a race like that where it's literally like, I was there and I was like, man, if he messes up ever, I might have a shot at it because he's in the fast lane. And there's no other good lines, and he ran. It was flawless again. He's just killing it.
That's the new phrase. We're gonna have to make new Brandon Kilgore shirts. Killing it. All right. So man, you've got a long list of people that definitely work out in your program. So let's hear who you want to thank.
Yeah. Optimum Batteries again. They're my title in the SR1. Yamaha. Came on board on all of my cars. Dragonfire Racing, huge sponsor for me this year, and they're always out here, so it's awesome to have them on the side of my car. Weller Racing, Rico again, prep my car. Thank you so much, Jason. Max's tires. I mean, honestly, that's tires. I think sometimes it gets downplayed in this racing, but it's huge. It's absolutely huge, and I have been so lucky to have Maxis on my team for years and years. So that's a huge part of getting these podiums. Raceline Wheels. I got a ton of sponsors I can thank, but thank you guys all for being here again. Without the spectators, none of this would be half as much fun. So.
The always awesome Corey Weller, everybody. All right, so now listen, while we were hanging out last night at the race, every time somebody says, I'd like to thank Jason Weller, you go, woo, because that's why he did that. So we came up with that last night, so see if you guys catch on to it. All right, so the man of the hour right now, all weekend long, Brandon Kilgore, killing it. Dude, that just makes me excited to say it. Dude, you have been spot on all weekend. What's the proof in the pudding? What have you done different this weekend?
I've just put in hours on the off season. I went through that car like a fine-tooth comb, found a couple little things and made it more comfortable to fit me, and just tried, those things may have been helping me make mistakes, and now I'm just not making them.
Man, you just put on the greatest show, man. I mean, you held out this young lady. As you know, she's always tough. She is still rocking the #1 plate. So, man, you did show her what's up this weekend. And that's all right. The rest of the field, there's a large field, about 19, 20 cars out there just now? But that was a lot of people you just bested, including Dustin Nelson out there.
Yeah, I don't know. Just to come out and sweep the weekend's amazing. I hoped I would be up on the box, and to come out and sweep it just beyond what I expected. So I'm just thankful.
All right, who do you want to thank?
Like to lead in my sponsors. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries came on board this year. Reliable Source Metals, Rockform, Two Brothers Racing. I got a cheat sheet here. Donnie Smith Plumbing, Max's Tires are new on board this year. Raceline Wheels, Branson's Resort. Of course, Jason Weller, Weller Racing, Lucas Oil for making this all happen, and the fans in my family, and it's Valentine's Day, so of course my girlfriend, and my boy Dale on the radio, and thanks for coming out.
Dude, it was your mic, it's your deal. Your winner today, Brandon Kilgore. Big thanks to this guy right here. You guys squeeze in. Let me get out of the way for the pictures. Chris, we got another race coming up.
Pro Buggies, Unlimited Buggy, and thanks, Mark. Hey, great interview. Congratulations, you three. You put on an awesome show for us. That was so cool watching. And Kilgore, man, I tell you what, if you keep that up even half the year, you're going to be untouchable, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyway, inside row #1, this guy has some serious issues, motor issues to start off with. Fourth gear he does not have in his vehicle. From California, Kyle Rupp, and then number 11, inside row #1. Dylan Ayers, number 89, outside row #1. Brady Whitlock, inside row #2, in 74. Jared Irwin, number 87, outside row #2. And all by his lonesome, he got the whole shot and led for the first couple laps yesterday. In the car number 12, it's Ryan Anderson. Row #4, inside, number 357, it's Will Wing. Taylor Wood outside of him in a 327. And the little lady, 321 out, inside row #5, it's Krista Smith. These are our Pro Buggy Unlimited and Limited Buggy. Coming right out in front of us, race #5.
Well, what a great weekend of racing so far. This is promised to be out here. A lot of new things for 2016. The Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Race Series brought to you by Yamaha Racing. Yamaha coming on board this year, doing strong. As you just saw, the Yamaha R1 engine dominating here in the SR1 class. We'll find out with more Yamaha production class coming up in the Production 1000.
Just a little reminder, everybody, our concession stand is open. Hamburgers, hot dogs, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, and ice cold beer right next to it. And you're allowed to drink the beer if you stay in the grandstands, but not allowed in the pits. So, only for adults, of course. The beer stand, hosted by Torrance over there, right by the 18 booth in the concession area. Music by Mark, by the way. Now, just a little reminder for those of you that don't know, March 5th and 6th, right here at Wildhorse Pass, will be our 3rd and 4th regional here at Wildhorse Pass. And then the week after, we'll be hosting the Lucas Oil National, and that'll be taking place on the 12th and 13th. So lots of good racing action right here in front of us here at Wildhorse Pass. Special thanks, of course, to Lucas Oil. And here they come. It's the buggies. Now, mind you, the number 11 is not racing with a 4th gear, so he has to jump from 3rd to 5th in his pro buggy. But Kyler Rupp taking the win yesterday and the overall, so we'll see if he can hold him out for this race number 5. We are going to go green with this one as the YXC Yamaha 1000R does not pull off the cord. Whitlock, Erupt. Irwin and Ayers, our top 4 runners, lining up right now. Of course, our next race coming up is race number 6. It is a full stock open V8 and mini stocks. And special thanks to each and every one of you for coming out to spend your weekend, your Valentine's Day with us right here. Yeah, there's a lot of other places you could be, and you chose to be here with us on Valentine's Day. How cool is that, huh? Here for the Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Series, Arizona, presented by Yamaha Racing. And Erupt takes the lead, Whitlock in second. Here comes Anderson on the outside of both. Drops back to third as Whitlock spins. Kyle Erupt takes the lead with an Anderson in tow. Tough break for Brady Whitlock as he spins out in turn number 1. Kyle Erupt and Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson taking a high road to get some speed down the front straight. Almost got sideways in that third spot to 327 of Taylor Wood. So Wood all the way up in that third spot. Good ride by Taylor in the limited buggy class. So he's not only leader, but he's running third place overall. Nice job by Erupt going through turn number 3. Anderson getting way sideways, stood on it, and kept it straight. Wood leaves out the number 87 of Jared Irwin. A Rough Our Pro Buggy leads out the overalls. Anderson in our unlimited buggy class. And our limited buggy of Taylor Wood. Anderson spins out, almost gets into it with Wood as going through turn number 1. And now our limited buggy is running in the second overall position. And here comes Irwin on the inside of Wood, and Irwin spins out. Man, talking about some action in this one. Jared Irwin spins out also. Ryan Anderson spins out. And now we have a limited buggy running second place overall behind everybody. Kyler Rupp, our pro buggy, leads them out. Anderson takes the high road again as Taylor Wood stays low and still maintains that second place overall. Whitlock almost spins out again in turn number 1. We got a slick spot over there, but look at this. Krista Smith in the 327 or 321 moving her way up through the field as well. Running 5th place overall. You know, we would expect the Rupp to do as well as he's doing, but look at this. Taylor Wood, 327, still holding on to the second place overall, first in the limited class, just ahead of Ryan Anderson in the number 12. They all go to turn number 1, and Whitlock spins again in the 74. Whitlock, our early race leader, now spins in turn number 1 again, the third time for Whitlock. Side by side with Will Wing, Krista Smith in the 321 battling for that 5th spot. Something's happening to a Rupp. Motor tying down the middle of the front straightaway, coming out of turn number 1. And here comes Taylor Wood, still holding off the charge of Ryan Anderson. And a Rupp gets back going again in the number 11 car, still in the lead overall position, followed by the limited driver, the number 327 of Taylor Wood. Full course yellow coming out, tightening up the pack. Let's see if there's some issues going on with the Rupp's vehicle. I don't know, that looked pretty funny as he's coming out of turn number 1. He had problems restarting it. But the best performance in the field right now, none other than the light green car, number 327 of Taylor Wood. Phenomenal performance by the limited driver. Holding off the charge of 357 Will Wing and none other than Krista Smith, also in the field as well. Ryan Anderson in the limited buggies. Of course, the Rupp are our pro buggy in this mix. Man, what a race, Mark. That was a spin outs all over the place. You know, that turn 1 grabbed about 4 of our drivers. Whitlock 3 different times over there in turn number 1. A Rupp, Wood, Wing, Anderson, Irwin, the young lady Smith, and the number 74 of Whitlock. That's our field coming through turn number 1, following the Yamaha YXZ 1000R pace car. Yeah, as they're coming down the back straightaway.
All right, man, what a great day this is shaping up to be out here. These limited and unlimited buggies proving to be a great race as well.
I'm told we will be going green this next time around as they come through turn number 3. Led by the YZX, YXZ, Yamaha 1000R. And Kyle Rupp all the way from California coming out. He's going to be doing the Nationals there in the Pro Buggy, showing them what's happening and trying to sort things out. Mind you, he does not have a 4th gear, and he was having some engine issues yesterday, along with a stall-out issue coming in turn number 1. So let's see if Taylor Wood can hold off the charge of Will Wing that's right behind him. And Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson taking the lead yesterday and leading the parade. Okay, waiting for a Rupp to lead him through. Number 11. Anderson on the outside of the stalker, number 327, Taylor Wood, as he drops back to 3rd overall. So Ryan Anderson is back on his game, reeling in on Kyle Rupp on the number 11. As they come back through turn number 2, heading to turn 3. A Rupp, Anderson, and Wood holding out the charge of Irwin and Wing. Wing on the inside of Wood for that 3rd spot. Of course, Will Wing is in the limited class as well, along with Taylor Wood. In tow behind Wood is bumping and grinding. Will Wing gets on the inside of Taylor Wood and knocks him into the wall. And Wood backed off. Wing getting sideways and Wood getting back by him. So that was a battle for our limited class. Back in the front still, our Pro Buggy leading out. Kyle Rupp. Good job by Kyle. Followed by Ryan Anderson in our limited class in the 2nd overall position. Battle going brewing right now between Jared Irwin, 87, and Brady Whitlock, 74, as they're going back through turn number 2. Irwin in advantage position. Kyle Rupp, 11, Ryan Anderson, 12, and Jared Irwin now slides into that 3rd spot, getting by Brady Whitlock in the 74. We are going yellow, metal on the racetrack, so we are going to pull off and hold everybody on a yellow flag, put them behind the pace car. Good call by race referee. Ensuring the safety of our drivers is first and foremost.
All right, so as we're bunching up the group again, check this out, an auto rotate flying over right there, an auto rotator. This thing, the propeller, thank you. The propeller on the top is not driven by an engine. It's actually driven by forward motion. So check that thing out. It's an auto rotate. It's pretty crazy how those things fly, man. So what happens is as the propeller pushes it forward, the one on top starts spinning automatically. That creates lift. So that's crazy to see an auto rotator out here. So that's kind of neat. I know Jeff Clark. Where's Jeff Clark at? Is he seeing this thing? Oh, well. Anyhow, back to you. Who we got on top?
Yeah, they used to call them gyrocopters, Mark.
What? Yes, the gyrocopter. That's exactly what they're called. Thank you very much. But that's really interesting to see one of those. I haven't seen one of those, if ever. Krista Smith, she's right there. Appeared that she's got her gremlins worked out. We'll be taking the green this time around. Are we looking?
Look at this now. Jerry Owen all the way up to that second spot.
For this pro buggy and limited buggy class.
Whitlock,
Who's it going to be?
A couple of times.
Young Arab out front, Kyle Arab. And he's got his hands full now with Jared Irwin. And Ryan Anderson. I don't even see him. Where did he go?
For the lead. Sorry, Mark, we stepped over each other. Go ahead.
Don't even worry.
Rupp, Irwin, and Whitlock, our top three drivers. Second and third overall are also the top drivers in our unlimited class. And then our top driver in the limited class, still the 327 of Taylor Wood. Wood still putting on an outstanding performance today, running fourth place overall, holding out the charge of Will Wing in the 357. Third place limited, none other than Krista Smith in the 321 in the purple car behind Will Wing. But Jared Irwin's putting on a good charge right now, the tail end of the race. As the checker flag comes out, Kyle Rupp takes the checker flag. Jared Irwin, second place overall. And Brady Whitlock, 74 in the third place overall. Top limited driver, 327 to Taylor Wood, followed by Will Wing and Krista Smith.
Oh, what an incredible race down here from my view. Incredible to see Kyle Arup out front here and Jared Irwin. I'll be on the podium. We'll talk to Jared. I know he's going to be pretty excited. And Brady Whitlock there rounding off the top three in the pro buggy. Unlimited buggy, Taylor Wood out front. Will Wing having to settle for second place. And Krista Smith, she's got her wiring problems figured out. And she sounded very strong out there, finishing out the top three in the limited buggy class. We'll talk to the drivers right after this.
Now, mind you, that was a good performance by Kyle Rupp. That guy was on fire without a fourth gear and his engine cutting out. So he's still holding off the charge. But Jared Irwin, after a spin earlier on in the race, coming all the way back from 8th place back up to that second spot. So good job by the number 87 as he comes around taking that second place overall honors, first place in the unlimited class. A pro buggy taking win. Irwin, first place in unlimited class. Whitlock, second place in unlimited class. Taylor Wood, first place in limited class. Will Wing, second place in limited class. And Krista Smith, third place in limited class.
All right, what a great race. Wildhorse Pass, what did you think about a limited and pro buggy class? Oh, what a great race these kids put on here. These guys and girls, because we got Krista Smith out here. We'll talk to Kyle Arup up here. Kyle Arup coming out victorious here in this pro buggy class. Ryan Anderson had to check out. But Jared Irwin, I know he's going to be excited to be back up here. He says he's got the heaviest car out there, but he got it done. He put it to work today and come out with second place. And we talked to him yesterday. Brady Whitlock, he's going to be up here rounding off our top 3 in the Pro Buggy. So, gentlemen, let's get you up here and let's talk to you about your day of racing. So, Arab's right coming over this way. Jared Irwin in the bright yellow suit. And Brady, come on up here. All right, everybody, we got our champs up here. Brady Whitlock, right, everybody, 3rd place. You know, you talked to me yesterday, man. Weekend's been pretty good for you. We got some stuff. Let me get on this side so you can get on the livetrackfeed.com. But feeling good out here. You can't be too disappointed with this weekend of racing.
No, not at all. Didn't really start out how I wanted. Had some mistakes out there, but came back, still made it up here, so not terrible. Got to thank Danny Fodrell, Integrity Racing, my dad, mom, my wife, my twins, our crew. Everyone kicked butt this weekend, and just a good weekend.
All right, everybody, tell you what, I know you good career ahead of you, man. You got a solid program, and we'll just get your happy hour. Brady Whitlock, everybody, 3rd place. All right, this man right here, we didn't get to talk to him yesterday. Jared Irwin, everybody, 2nd place, man. Looking pretty good out here. You said you got a heavier car than a lot of the competition out here, but you got it here to 2nd place.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely interesting. It was one of the more fun races.
That's good to hear you say that, man, because you're always very descriptive about how the race went. Pretty fun. Some competition. Let me start this over. All right, I think we got it fixed there. Technology at its best. But here you are, 2nd place, man. You must feel pretty good about that.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely, thought I was making ground, went to the back, and then had to make up it again. So it was definitely a lot of work.
That's good, man. That's what you want racing to be. You know, you don't just want to run away with it. You got to work for it. But, man, you've always got a long list of sponsors. Who do you want to thank today?
I just got to thank my family for all the help and support in the pits, ADS Racing Shocks, and everyone affiliated with helping out the series go smoothly.
Very good. Jared Irwin, everybody, 2nd place today. But your man of the hour, he won yesterday. Kyle Arup, everybody. Here you are again, man. Look at that. See, I always love it when I turn around and I don't got to like pull the smile out of you. Man, you really got it, and you're pretty excited right now.
Yeah, I am really excited. It was a great race for, I don't know, it was really slippery actually for the first 5 laps, and then it kind of settled in. But it was a great race and all, and I just have to thank everybody who out here, the Lucas Oil people, all the people who help out, all the fans. It's wonderful to come out here and put a smile on their face and make them get all happy. And I have to thank my mom and my dad for always helping me get here, and my brother for spotting me and always getting me on the podium, trying to at least. And then my friend Lewis for helping with the car, always good help. And then I have to thank my sponsors. Sturgeon Construction, Empire Destructive, Vagabond, Yucca Valley Chrysler Center, PTI Rock and Sand, and ASC Canopies.
Well, that's the way to get it done. Kyle Arup, everybody, your winner today in the Pro Buggy class. I'm going to get out of the way. You guys squeeze together. Pictures are coming. What great race put on by Pro Buggies. And Kyle Arup, man, he just like Brandon Kilgore, he swept the weekend. All right, we're going to talk to the limited buggies. We'll get Taylor Wood up here. Will Wing. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. It's like we'll get him to you. So let's get the limited buggies up here, and we'll talk to him. Will Wing is always bringing his clan. That's the way to rock it. All right, we'll get the trophies here. Let me have 3rd place. Let me have 3rd. He's your winner. All right, Krista Smith. Let's start with you, young lady. I tell you what, whatever you found in that car yesterday, you got it fixed today. The car was sounding really good. Can't be too disappointed, man. You gave it all you got, but we know what it's like chasing this guy. So you're still up here on the box talking to me. Still a pretty good weekend of racing.
Yeah, it was a good race. They're both really fast. And I had some issues before qualifying, which I fixed those. And I finished, which that's good.
That is always a good thing in racing.
I'd like to thank my sponsor, Select Glass, for all your glass needs. Richard Roberts from Action Auto Gearboxes. Tony Koala from Arizona Auto. Steve Godfrey for my engine work, my mom, my dad, my grandpa, my grandma, and my Uncle Brad for coming out and helping me.
Anybody new? Has anybody came from the family new today, this weekend? Seeing you? Anybody new out there?
My Uncle Brad.
Where's Uncle Brad? Is he standing right there? No? He's down there. Uncle Brad, what do you think? Thumbs up? You proud of this young lady? All right, man. There's Uncle Brad. He's got to be pretty excited. So, well, right on, Chris and Smith. Everybody, third place today out here in the limited buggy class. Well, Will Wing, slide on over there. Let's get your gang, if we will. No, I'm just kidding, man. But I'll tell you what, Will, we always get to talk to you. Class, you're a very strong competitor in this class, man. Getting here second behind him. We know what it's like to race with these people, man. But you got them down pat.
Oh yeah, man, it's fun. It's good to race with guys that really know how to drive and respect. So appreciate that, and always a good time.
It's always a good time when it's good, clean racing, man, so that way you can really demonstrate the talents. But, you know, you got a solid race program here in the limited buggy. Tell us who got you here.
I got to thank my wife, first and foremost, Dawn at Dawn's Bus Box. Got my buddy Brian, my eye in the sky this weekend. Been helping me out a bunch, so I got to say, give a big thanks to him, and, again, Tim and Lucas, and you especially.
I definitely appreciate that.
All right. And, just another good weekend.
All right, Will Wing, everybody, always excited to talk to. He brings his family every time. That's good love right there. But right now, Taylor Wood, he is your winner today. Man, didn't get to talk to you yesterday. What was going on yesterday, and what was different today?
Well, yesterday I actually wasn't here. I had Cole Mamer driving for me, and I appreciate that a lot of him coming out here and driving for me, and Steve Mamer for them driving here from California and being here this weekend. It was a lot of help. And just everyone that comes out here is a big help, too.
I got a question for you. So you're sitting at home or whatever reason, and you got Cole Mamer driving your car. Seriously, what goes through your head? Because, like, if I owned a car that I let Cole Mamer drive, I'd be like, oh, my God, I hope he doesn't wreck it. I hope he doesn't wreck it. What were you thinking?
Nah, I knew Cole. He's a good driver. I knew he'd do the car good.
Are you being political or are you being truthful?
Nah, that's truthful. All
right, I know it is, dude. I love Cole Mamer. I just love teasing him. You know, it wouldn't be a weekend of racing if we don't tease Cole Mamer at least once.
Yeah, you gotta mess with them sometimes.
Who do you want to thank?
I gotta thank my mom, my dad for most of it, and they get me out here and help me do all this. And Jeff Knupp, he was helping us this last night, getting the car put back together. The Mamers this weekend, and all the fans that come out here and help do this. And that's about it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I always love talking to this class. Your winners right now. Taylor Wood, your winner. You guys slide in. Let's get the pictures. And Chris, which class do we have on deck?
Open V8 full stock and mini stocks. Now, yesterday, we had quite the show right in front of us. We're going to hold on a second here for the lineup. We're going to let a car out after grooming. But getting ready to go, though, is our full stock Open V8 and mini stocks. Steven Eugenio in that beautiful blue Raptor went out there and put a show. Trey Gibbs outside row number 1 is in the number 15 car. And from California, Apple Valley, of course, number 94 is Kip Mickles. And Kip put on a good show for us yesterday as well. In the full stock class, Greg Baum inside row number 4 in the 81 car. Will Muntz, number 71, outside row 4. Inside row number 5, taking the win yesterday was Jake Muntz. Inside row number 6, number 42, Chris Corkin, and Alex Pierce outside row number 6 rounds up our parade. 4th, our Open V8 full stock and mini stock.
Well, and what I'm really excited about the next race that we got coming up, you know, some new rules for 2016 that have brought the stock full competition a little bit closer. New for 2016, this is now a restrictor plate class. And you know what the thing is here with the stock full class, you try to make it a driver's class to where you have to drive this vehicle to win this race. And putting the restrictor plates on, that has really bunched up this field. I was talking with Will Munns earlier, and he said, it was pretty slippery out there in the first half, so they weren't really going that fast. I thought it was due to the restrictor plate. He said, no, it was really slippery, and it makes for a slow-looking race. But what he did say is that, if he's having problems, everybody else is, Bubba, you got something to say to me. What's going on?
Aunt Phoebe's riding with Willow today.
Isn't that always beautiful when she does that? I think she's the best co-pilot of all.
She is. She's good luck.
Yeah, she is good luck. So we'll see how that shapes up. It's a 1-2 Munns finish from yesterday. Can the Munns brothers get on the podium again with a 1-2? We'll find out.
Yeah, he told me with the restrictor plates, it's actually holding the vehicles together a little bit better. They're more dependable without all that air and all that fuel going down into the motor. With all that extra horsepower, braking parts is actually preserving the older vehicles a little bit better this time. So.
Yeah, indeed, and there's a lot of thought and theory one way or the other. But one thing it does do, it doesn't allow somebody with a bigger budget to run away with this race because even though we can build a stone stock car, there can still be a stone stock car built with some really high performance parts in the engine. Now the reality is you can build the engine all you want, but you can't go faster than your suspension. Now there again, your suspension. If you got the money, you can afford the nicest racing shocks and the best setup, you might come away the victor in this class. But indeed, with what you just said, keeping everything together and keeping everything a little more dependable with the restrictor plate, that levels that field that we're talking about. So it puts the weight of the race actually back in the driver's hands. So that's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen. And you'll see that it's still some very exciting racing. There's about to be a lot of metal left out on this track, as we'll find out right now.
Now, during our practice session, Mark, on Friday, Trey Gibbs rolled his full stock, actually his open V8. He rolled it, he wadded up the front end, and all the body work on that truck ended up onto the track, and he hasn't put it back on. So Stephen Eugenio now having to restart his vehicle for some reason. Put on a good show early on today during qualifying. He's trying to get that thing all dialed in for the Nationals that are coming up here March 12th and 13th, right here at Wildhorse Pass.
Beautiful thing about Stephen Eugenio out there, he's running an ex-Bryce Menzies Pro 2 chassis out there. And I asked him, did he just buy it as a roller? And he said, no, I bought it as a complete race car. So it's really interesting. Not only is it a Bryce Menzies chassis and setup, it is Bryce Menzies. It is a Menzies Motorsports car, bumper to bumper. So it's an awesome car. He's signed on to race with us all year. So we get to see this Pro 2 in action at every Lucas Oil Regional.
Taking top honors last year, 2015, for the Trophy Awards. Justin Sir had his hands full yesterday with Munns Racing. Both Jake and Will Munns beating him out. And then Greg Baum, in his Dodge pickup, had to settle for fourth place. Hailing from Apple Valley, California, number 94, Brent Mickles. Kip Mickles, I mean. Kip now into that third spot behind Trey Gibbs. Of course, Stephen Eugenio is gone. Almost a spin by Eugenio.
I tell you what, looking like something else that's in the mixer. I love seeing Greg Baum up here. Greg Baum right now in front of the Munns brothers. Now, I have to say Greg Baum's name very, very gracefully here. If Greg Baum doesn't break out, you might see a Greg Baum podium today.
Now, Mark, the rules have changed here in the full-size class. I tell you what, right now, Greg Baum has just got by Justin Sir for the lead in the full V8 class, the full stock class, as they come back across, and it's Greg Baum. So he finished out last yesterday, and now he's currently in the lead, just ahead of Justin Sir. Eugenio, boy, almost halfway ahead of the rest of the field, followed by Trey Gibbs. Trey Gibbs also in the open VA class. With Kip Nichols. Still full size. Bomb, Sir, Munn and Munn. Side by side with Jake Will going around the outside of Jake Munn's to try to take over that third spot in the full-size VA, full-size stock class. And Greg Baum still leads Justin Sir as Will Munns tries to work on the inside of Justin. Eugenio and Gibbs are gone, but still Nichols in that third spot. Greg Baum, Justin Sir, Will Munns, and then Jake Munns. And then in our mini stock class, the 24 of Alec Pierce is the top honors for that, followed by the number 42 of Chris Corkin. We'll be seeing lots of Pro 2 action right here, March 12th and 13th for the Lucas Oil Off-Road National. And Steven Eugenio showing us a good example of what we'll see right here on March 12th and 13th.
Will Munns putting in a bumper in on Justin Sir. Will Munns was pushing him in the back straightaway coming off of turn 4 into turn 5. You can see it right now. Will Munns to the outside of turn number 2. Can he make it stick? It doesn't look like he's got it. Justin Sir, he has an answer. But Greg Baum right now running the race of his lifetime right now. I love seeing Greg Baum out in front in this stock full class. So we'll find out if can Greg Baum hold on to the second half of this mandatory caution.
Our official halfway through the race, competition yellow flying right now. It's going to tighten up the field considerably. But I tell you what, you can't get the field any tighter than we saw with our full stock class. As Greg Baum leads out Justin Sir, Will Munns in the 71 ahead of brother Jake Munns. All 4 full-size trucks are right within striking distance of each other. Really not going to make that much of a difference, just going to tighten up between Kip Nichols and Trey Gibbs. And Steven Eugenio is flat out gone as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's a Pro 2. There's a lot of car right there in that Pro 2 of Steven Eugenio. But the story right now, I've been announcing for this organization for a long, long time now. I think this is going on my 3rd or 4th year. But I got to tell you what's really exciting right now is to see Greg Baum, of which, by the way, Greg Baum is going to tie the knot here pretty soon. And yours truly is going to be the DJ, so I'm really excited about that. So I'd really like to talk to Greg Baum today. And right now, if he stays where he's at, he's going to be on top of this podium today. So can he hold on? Because he's got Justin Sir and the Munns brothers right behind him.
Green going again. Eugenio, Gibbs, and Nichols are top 3. Baum still leads out Sir, followed by Munns and Munns. And it's Will Munns ahead of Jake in the 71. Actually, youngster Trey Gibbs putting a good charge on that open V8. Still holding on to that second spot. Trey definitely getting ready for the Nationals coming up. And he is our regular here for the Lucas You know, almost on the inside, just almost missed it. Justin Sir working on Greg Baum, and Will and Jake Munz going side by side, battling for that third spot. Sir grabs a little bit of horsepower out of that Mopar V8 with the 3/4 chasing him down. And Jake Munz comes around the outside of Justin Sir to try to take over that second spot. Will Munz goes inside as Jake Munz goes outside, along with Greg Baum and Justin Sir. Greg Baum in the 81, Sir in the 47. Jake Munz, who won yesterday, in the 35, and Will Munz in the 71.
You know, Chris, I have nothing else to say on this other than that is some good-looking racing going on right now in the stock full class. It is a really good-looking race. The Munz brothers doing a great job trying to reel in Justin Sir. But look at Greg Baum right now laying it down. Greg Baum getting work done.
Still leading in our lights, Alex Pierce, 24, ahead of Chris Corkin, number 42. And the battle continues. The white flag out for Stephen Eugenio as he goes and rails the number 3 Raptor around through turn number 2. Getting on 5, Corkin, down to 42. Will Munz on the inside of Sir to try to take over that second spot. He is going to push him out as Greg Baum holds off Justin Sir. Munz gets bumped and backs off just a little, holding on to that third spot ahead of his brother, still side by side with Justin Sir. Will Munz in the 71, Justin Sir in the 47, Greg Baum in the 81. And here comes Munz on the inside of Sir again. Mopar Power keeps twisting it up. Will Munz comes on the inside. Brother Jake Munz stays up high. Will Munz, can he pull it off? Side by side, by a nose. Justin Sir takes that second. Greg Baum takes the win, number 81. And Will Munz coming in that third in the 71. So things change really fast around here as Jake Munz now has to settle for that fourth spot, which is one spot off the podium where he was the top tier yesterday.
Well,
there you go, Mark.
Down here from trackside, man, what a great looking race right here. Will Munz and Jake Munz swapping back and forth with that third position. But the man of the hour right now is Greg Baum. Greg Baum is I know he's going to be very excited to talk to me. Not only is he on my podium, he's your top spot. He's just won himself a stock full race. And Justin Sir, what can you say about this man? He seems to be able to always get on this podium, so it's really excited. We'll talk to the drivers right after this. You know, I've been announcing for a long time, for about 15 years now, and I got to tell you, I never get tired of the rumble of a V8 engine right there, man. Listen to that Pro 2 right there, the X-Price Menzies Pro 2, driven by Steven Eugenio. I know he's excited to get up here and talk to us, man. He definitely drove the wheels off that thing. And listen to that thing sit there and rumble, man. How many people would love to drive Steven Eugenio's car? Anybody? Nobody? You? I know you. Hey, you're part of the crew. You probably do get. Dude, if I was part of the crew and I was working on that thing, I'd be like, hey, nobody's around. All right, so. All right, man. We'll talk to the drivers after this. Let's get Steven Eugenio up here and Trey Gibbs, man. Trey Gibbs doing a great job after a roll this weekend. He definitely got it together for today, and he put down some out there. And Kip Michaels out there right behind him. We got to talk with Kip Michaels again. So, guys, let's get on up here. I want to talk to you. Come on up here. Okay, that's fine. With trophies or just what are we doing? All right, that's fine. So, all right, we're waiting for everybody else straight, man. Hey, but I'll tell you what, we got you up here. Why don't we just start this off and hopefully everybody else will come on up here. So, a crazy weekend of racing for you. You know, you're racing a lot of classes today. But, man, you're looking good at this Pro Light. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, yeah, from starting on Friday, you know, rolling the car in turn one to today, I mean, huge improvement for myself. I've learned a bunch, but, man, I still got a bunch to learn, but it wouldn't be possible. Actually, it was a great race. The track was amazing. Couldn't have asked for a better track, and, you know, it wouldn't be possible without my sponsors, Mickey Thompson, Ethica, K&B Engineering, my mom, my dad, and my grandparents for coming out here.
All right, Trey Gibbs, everybody's doing a great job, and look for it. Now, as I understand, you're going to be running some nationals.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing the 2 years in the Pro Light, and then 2 years in the Mod Kart and the Nationals.
Very good. So, on the national level, who are you really looking out for once you get out there on the track with those national guys?
I feel like it's going to be a race with me and Christopher Pavorti in the Pro Light in the Mod Kart this year, so it's going to be a close battle.
All right, that's well said. Well, all right, everybody. Trey Gibbs, everybody's rounded up in second place here, but come on up here, Steven Eugenio. That's right, man. We talked yesterday about the car that you're driving, man, at X-Bryce Menzies. I thought it was just a Bryce Menzies roller, but, man, you said it's all Bryce Menzies from bumper to bumper.
Yeah, no, we picked up the truck from Bryce, I want to say like 4 weeks ago. We came out here and practiced, put it, 30, 40 laps down, and then, ran yesterday. So this is my third time driving the truck. I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. I could tell in the lap times. We're trying different stuff, tire grooves and, pressures and stuff just to see how it's all developing. But, yeah, I feel good. I feel like I still have some time. I guess, today's race, my times, a couple of them were probably somewhere close to the national time. So, I'll be ready. We'll test again, before we run the nationals and then, make final adjustments. But, yeah, I want to thank my father-in-law, Galindo Motorsports, and all the crew. My wife, happy Valentine's Day, honey. My kids for coming out. That was why we changed to this, to make it more of a family deal. The Baja thing was great for me, but, I got kids now, and I'd like to get them started somewhere. So, yeah. So thank you, everybody. Oh, yeah. And everybody knows Chewy. He's been around the sport forever. If you don't know him, you will. So, yeah, but and I want to thank Monster Energy, Toyo Tires, Rigid, and my crew chief, prep guy, Steve Covey's been with us for the last 3 years now. I mean, he's pretty much the backbone of my success. We went 2 years with one mechanical failure in trophy truck, and it's kind of unheard of. So, we owe a lot to that guy right there. He puts his heart and soul into everything. So, thank you, and I'll see you guys out again.
Well, I didn't have to say anything in that interview. Steven Eugenio, everybody, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be a fan. I'll be here. Stay up because you got to get a picture with you. Kip Michaels, come on up here. Let's talk to you some more. You're pulling double duty out here as well, man, but looking really good. The truck, and we have a national out for you. Or are you going to be in the national as well?
Probably not this year. I'm going to go for that next year. This is only my 5th time in that car. Got a lot to learn. That's why I'm out here for seat time, and love Arizona anyway, so a good excuse to get down here. And anyways, I got to thank Donnie Ferralata for helping, Jim coming out mechanic. It's just been so many people, Icon Shocks, Summer Brothers Axles, Mastercraft Safety, and my family supporting me. I appreciate it. Lucas Oil, of course, for putting this event on, Method Wheels. Max's tires. Thank you guys.
Well, you definitely got your interview skills down, Pac-Man. I love it. If I don't have to say much and you guys rock and roll, Kip Michaels out here, get some seat time. Let me get out of the way for fast, everybody. What, did we lose one? Craig Gibbs. All right. Well, there you go. I guess there's no pictures. Congratulations. Good to see you. I will see you at the Nationals. I am a big Steven Eugenio fan. Let's get the stock full up here. This is going to be a great class. I cannot wait for this interview. I really cannot wait, and I'm going to show you why. Come on up here. We'll talk to third place, Will Muns. In fact, up here, I want to make a big shout-out to Judy Muns. Hey, everybody turn to the camera and say, hey, Judy. All right. She's going to text me and say, hey, that's a good shout-out. Well, Will, you just heard it. Where's the trophies? We're handing them a trophy right behind you. Yeah, we're having to do trophies for, yep. Yeah, look at that. He's going, which one do I think? All right. And then, wait, yeah, swap there. All right, there you go. Well, Will Muntz. Man, Will, what, you know, you guys couldn't hear me from the race out there, but I said to the crowd out here, what a good-looking race, because you guys were tight-knit. You guys were battling back and forth. You and your brother, you were going to the inside. You were pulling some lines. You were going to the outside of Justin. What a great race to watch.
Yeah, I think that's the best race we've ever had. That was just door-to-door, very competitive. That was an awesome race.
Man, it definitely was, and it's very exciting now because as I was announcing this class, as you guys were getting out there, this is now a driver's class, so we got to find out who the best driver is right now. So anyhow, but I'll tell you what, man, who do you want to thank?
I need to thank all my family, Mom, Dad, Fifi and Duff, Maddie, Henry for doing all the work last night, Ryan Letcher, all you guys come support me, all the fans, Tim Laurie, and you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I love you. Come on, everybody, make some noise. Third place. Man, Justin, I'll tell you what, your consistency right now is just going, I mean, it's off the charts, man. You are always up here talking to me, and it's a good day of racing. As we said, man, the racing was real tight, so you really had to just run a very flawless race, no slip-ups. I didn't see any from up here, man, and you got here at second place. That must feel pretty good.
Yeah, it was a real good track. It was dry, so all the trucks were hooking up good. We weren't sliding around. Just a good race. Tight.
Yeah, it was tight. You guys were door-to-door. You and Jake at one point were literally door-to-door, and I guarantee there was some metal and some paint changing there.
Yeah, I mean, Will and Jake were going back and forth, man. Every time I looked in my mirror, it was red, black, red, black. So they must have been switching spots the whole race.
They definitely were, man. They were trying everything they could to get around you, but you stayed fat and happy here, and you finished up with second place. Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Deer Valley Napa, ADS Shocks, my mechanic Doug, my wife. Happy Valentine's Day. And I want to congratulate Greg. Well deserved.
Man. Well, let's get that started. Your winner, Greg Baum. Dude, just to even say that, Greg, you know what, man? You're racing for a long time. You've been racing since the announcer, and a lot of gremlins always pop their head up. You had one come up yesterday. But, man, when you don't have gremlins, look at this. You are the winner of today's event, and I know you feel good.
Yeah, I feel very good. Thank you for all coming out.
That's right. Oh, man, I said, you know what? I really knocked up first place on this podium because you're getting married soon, so what a wedding present.
That's a nice one. I just need one more, but right before the wedding.
All right. That's possible. I said, hey, I know the guy that's DJing that wedding, so I'm really excited about it too. But let's get some, this is going to be cool for me to say. Greg Baum, give me some people that you want to say thank you to.
All my family, my fiance Jolene, Matt, Nate, Chris, Tim, everybody that helps me with the truck. I couldn't do it without you guys. And my mom and dad that are here to support me. Thank you.
All right, well, Greg Baum, dude, I cannot steal your glory. I'm getting out of the way. Greg Baum in the top of my podium, everybody. Chris, we got mini stock here. We got one more to talk to, so you guys take this picture. Put the trophies behind you. I know we're kind of doing it. We ran out of trophies. Put it back there. Take a bit. We'll get your trophies after. Yeah, take yours? Oh, they can take yours? Okay. All right, you guys can take yours. I don't know what's in that retrospect, but let's talk to the drivers here of the stock class. Alex Pierce and Chris Corkin. And he's like, Chris is making sure I got his name straight, but, you know, I figured out the way to get it right. See, like your corking bottles, you see, if you have a whole bunch of bottles and you put corks in them, we got them. So, all right. So we'll get you some trophies here. But while we're waiting for the trophy slide over here to the left, so Chris Corkin, man, out there looking pretty rough out there. That car, man, as you launch off those jumps, man, you got your hands full. It looks like a bucking Bronco.
Yeah, it was crazy. We definitely changed a lot today to try to, mess with a couple of different things and see how it works. Felt a lot better after qualifying. We had a couple little issues, but we're going to work those out and definitely be taking this guy's spot soon.
Well, we were messing around down the pits, Toyota Ford, but, once you get that thing dialed up, you guys, you'll answer for Alex over here.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll be in his spot soon.
All right. I like that. See, nothing wrong with a little bit of confidence, especially in racing, but you got a great team over there. You got some people you got to say thank you to.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank my wife first for supporting me. Happy Valentine's Day. My friends, my family, my chase truck, all my pit crew, everybody that comes out and stands behind me, everybody that is there. It's great. Thank you.
All right, Chris Corkin, everybody, and like you said, we'll see him on top of the box really soon. But Pierce right now driving the bomb, and man, you got her done today again. You've been patient in this class, and now you're the person that everybody's chasing here in this class.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just a good, clean race. But other than that, I just went out there and had a good time.
How's the track for you? Is it working good? Is it tacky? Are you slipping? What's going on, and what's your strategy out there while you're racing?
No, it was a lot better than it was yesterday. Yesterday I was sliding around like I was ice skating. But other than that, it was a good race.
Well, coming from the Pierce clan, you got a lot of people to thank.
Oh, yeah, I got all my friends and family who come out from California, Tucson, here in the Valley. Tier 1 Contracting for funding everything and getting me out here on the track. ADS Shocks for always helping me out and doing everything they do.
Well, that sounds like a great roast program. You guys squeeze in there. Brian, where are you at? Going to take some pictures of these two? Your winners of the stock full mini stock. Sorry. So, Chris, what race do we got coming up next?
Mark, we have the modified carts going out on course right now. I tell you what, these guys were going at it yesterday, too. On the inside, row number 1, the 553 of Cole Keats. Connor McMullen, 588 on the outside of row 1. Chris Nunes, number 502 in the inside of row 2. Trey Gibbs, 515. Back-to-back runs for him in a 515 outside row number 2. The young lady, Mia Chapman, inside row number 3 in a 537. Bronson Kiramonte, number 574, outside row 3. Cohen Crawford, 548, inside row 4. Chance Hagen, 518, outside row 4. Riley Pierce, 575, inside row 5. And Mickey Smith, 581, outside row number 5. These are our modified carts. They put on a great show. Extremely competitive. Only one more race to go after this. The Production 1000s and Unlimited UTVs. Three ladies in this field, Mia Chapman, Riley Pearson, and Mickey Smith. Love seeing all the ladies come out, especially when they come and beat the guys. How cool is that, huh?
All right, the Pinnacle Off-Road Motorsports modified carts. We heard Wellers, or more accurately, Jason Weller. You hear me over the microphone always say, this is my favorite class in off-road racing, and there's a plethora of reasons. I love the kids out here. I really, really love being, the voice of the Lucas Oil Regionals, and the kids for me. It brings the future of off-road racing. I just love watching the competition amongst them. But what I love the most about the modified carts is these kids per scale are going faster, and I have no way to prove this other than just mathematically trying to figure it out in my head. But per scale, they're actually turning lap times faster than a Pro 2 or a Pro 4. And what happens is these kids, as if you're a veteran in the off-road racing class, you might lift in a corner. As you're going into the corner, you might lift or take it easy. But these kids right here, all as they see, it's like seeing red. All they want to see is that checkered flag. So what ends up happening is you see a whole field of these modified carts going as fast as they possibly can go, which in turn makes some very, very exciting races. Racing.
Nobody can stop all the pounding, all the rumbling. Beads on leaves, they've been falling down. Sun over the horizon, put golden flashes everywhere. Dewdrops in the rocks, putting moisture up into the air. Everybody move, everybody groove to that funky.
Keats, McMullen, Nunes, and Gibbs are top 4 in the first 2 rows. It's a dice shoot on who's going to win this one. All 4 of these guys been going at it. And then you got Mia Chapman and Bronson Kiramonte in row number 3, just waiting for something to happen between all of them. Keats takes the lead. McMullen battling side by side with Gibbs as Gibbs comes around the outside of Cole Keats. Trey Gibbs coming up a back-to-back race in the blue car, working on the outside now of McMullen as he comes to the inside. And it's a battle of the 3. Cole Keats leads him out with a 5:53. Trey Gibbs with the 5:15 and 5:88 of McMullen in the 3rd spot. And Chris Nunes in the 4th spot, just waiting for something to go wrong with those first 3. Man, oh man, the 502's got a good view of some racing action right in front of him. Good job by Cole Keats. So far, a flawless performance by the 553. Trey Gibbs goes outside as McMullen tries to work on the inside of him again. Gibbs on the inside of Cole Keats. Now to take over that lead. Now this is modified kart at its best right now. 4 of the top runners all battling for the lead. Mia Chapman in that 6th spot. Bronson Kiramonte in the 5th spot. And Trey Gibbs now takes over the lead from Cole Keats. Cole Keats back on the inside of Gibbs as they come back around through turn number 2. And it's still the 5:15 of Trey Gibbs leading out Cole Keats in that 5:53. Chris Nunes and McMullen getting into some body English there. Trading some paint and who knows what else. I tell you what, still in the lead, Trey Gibbs. And Cole Keats, as Gibbs pulls away just a little bit. The TGR sponsor, Modified Cars, definitely putting on a show for us here this afternoon. Now here comes Chris Nunes again in the 502 as he comes around the outside on the inside of McMullen. McMullen holding on to that 3rd spot with a 588. The Monster Energy McMullen racing car still in that last podium position as Trey Gibbs and Cole Keats are in the top 2 positions. What do you think, Mark? Trey Gibbs is definitely on fire, huh? Coming through turn number 2, still Trey Gibbs, Cole Keats, McMullen and Nunes, our top 4. McMullen and Nunes all over each other, battling for that last podium position. As Trey Gibbs still stretch out, coming around the inside. Cole Keats in the 2nd spot. And we are just about ready for a competition yellow.
All right, Chris, the mandatory yellow is coming out here in the modified kart class, brought to you by Pinnacle Off-Road Motorsports. Your top three, Trey Gibbs, Cole Keats, and Connor McMullen will run off the top three as the Yamaha YXZ Pace vehicle comes out to grab this field. Can Trey Gibbs hold on to this lead to the second half, or can Cole Keats get around him to get on the top of my podium? But the man right behind him, Connor McMullen, he's one of the veterans of this class as well. So we'll see what's going to happen here in the second half of the Pinnacle Off-Road Motorsports Modified Kart class.
As our competition, yellow tightens up our competition. Man, what a performance by Trey Gibbs. Did by Cole Keats, but Keats on top of him, Connor McMullen behind him, and Chris Nunes in our top four positions. Bronson Kiramonte in the fifth spot, just ahead of the little lady, Mia Chapman. Mickey Smith trying to tighten up the field. We're going to go one more on yellow. Nope, all green. Gibbs, Keats, McMullen, top three still. As they all rifle through turn number two. Side by side now. Here comes Cole Keats working on Trey Gibbs for that lead position. Keats on the inside, side by side with Gibbs as they head toward turn number four. McMullen gets sideways as he tangles with the backside of Cole Keats. And takes advantage of the bubble and takes over that third spot. So still Trey Gibbs well in front with lots of good real estate between him and Cole Keats. Keats, of course, in the 553 and Gibbs in the 515. The blue car leads out the white and orange car. Then driving into that third podium position, but not without contention. Connor McMullen working on Nunes for that third position. As Bronson Kiramonte is watching all of this from his front seat while he still stays in that fifth spot. Now Marcus, Trey Gibbs pulls away from the rest of the field. The battle is now not only for second or third, but for second altogether. Connor McMullen, Chris Nunes, and Cole Keats battling for that second position and the bragging rights. Yellow flag comes out. We got to flip Mia Chapman over in turn number two, I should say. So Mia stalled in the backside over there in the 537 up on the top of turn number two, and she's got her car back under fire. Man, the competition absolutely fierce on this one, Mark Wright.
Just like I told you, man, one of the reasons why it is one of my favorite classes in off-road racing. These kids are very fierce, man. They don't want second place. They want to be on top of this podium.
Two laps to go. Next one coming out will be the white flag flying for the blue car, number 515 of Trey Gibbs. Cole Keats, great job by Keats in the 553, holding steadfast in that second position after leading the first couple of laps. settling for second in this field is definitely a good honor.
Indeed, and what's really awesome about this, the top three right now, they've been battling it out this whole race. So let's see how it's going to shape up here the last couple of laps here. Is it going to be Trey Gibbs? Can he hold off the hard-charging Cole Keats? Or can Connor McMullen get around them both?
You know, Gibbs got some horsepower in that thing compared to the rest. He pulls away down the straightaway. So I'm not sure if he's, got everything dialed in or absolutely brand new, but it definitely is working for the 515 Blue Trey Gibbs.
Well, all right, it looks like we're going green this time around. We're going racing.
And again, it's Gibbs, Keats, Nudes, and McMullen, our top four. White flag coming up for Trey Gibbs, but these guys are hungry. McMullen watching all this. This is the time these three are going to be taking chances to hold on to that second spot. Cole Keats in the lead of that position, watching Trey Gibbs in front. And outside of Keats, here comes Nunes. Chris Nunes in the 502, and Connor McMullen side by side with Cole Keats. Cole Keats gets flipped out of the contention. Nunes in the second, McMullen in the third, as Trey Gibbs comes around to take that checkered flag. Tough break for Cole Keats, who's running really, really well, holding strong.
Want to point out the great job the safety crew is doing here this weekend. They got on it right away. Cole Keats out here in turn number 3. They're going to make sure that he's all right.
Yeah, so Chris Nunes, while dicing with Cole Keats, tangles with him, flips on over on the last couple of turns. So now Gibbs, Nunes, and McMullen are top three. And we'll see how this transpires here with the referee call. We'll make this announcement in just a matter of moments.
You gotta love Full Tilt. In fact, I'll give you a chance to say that right now. So I'm standing here with Trey Gibbs, spotter man, looking pretty good out here. He's been leaning wide of the wire. What's he saying to you?
He doesn't say much. We talked to him a little bit and try to have him keep his tires spinning. We've got Full Tilt tires on that car we developed last year, and they seem to hook up pretty good. Connor McMullen in second and Trey Gibbs in first. They're both running Full Tilt engines, and we won 2 yesterday and did it again today. We're just building our own new cars now. So we've back half the back of that car off the one that won, and we're going to build our own cars, and we're building Trey a new car, and we're building 5 of them right now, so it should be good.
That's interesting that you point that out. Then it would be safe to say that the mod carts are not a spec class, so we can build them the way we want them.
They give us a length and a width, and hey, it's got to be a 450 quad engine, and suspension points are open, shocks are open pretty much. I mean, it gives you a good advantage, and when there's a big class, first through 20 are within a second at the national race. So it's the most competitive class there is, even at the nationals.
I completely agree with you. Definitely, you heard me say it all weekend long. This is my favorite class in all of off-road racing right here.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I've been working with Trey for 2 years now, and he got Rookie of the Year last year, and he's been the best kid I've worked with. He listens. You tell him to go inside, he'll go inside. You tell him to hold it wide, he'll hold it wide. So you can't ask for a better kid to work with.
All right, well, get on over there, get him out of the car. We'll talk with Trey Gibbs as he gets out of his car right now. And a young Connor McMullen here in second place. Where are we at? We got cars coming from everywhere, every direction here. We'll have to see how we shape up here in the top 3. So, yeah, is it Nunes? Where's he at? I don't see a golden blue car. Where is he at?
Mark, we have a call. Chris Nunes is docked a lap for taking out
Oh, wow. What an interesting development here. Then that gives third place to Mia Chapman.
Yes, sir.
All right, very
Mia
good.
Chapman taking the third place honors, so good job by Mia working her way through the field.
Wow.
And what happened was there was a battle for second place between Connor McMullen, Chris Nunes, and Cole Keats. And Chris Nunes come into Cole Keats a bit too hard, so he is stocked a lap for rough riding. The safety and concern of our drivers is first and foremost, and with these penalties like this, it's just a reminder for everybody to race as clean as possible.
All right, so let's get these drivers up here on this podium. Definitely pretty excited here to talk to these girls and boys. So get on up here, guys. Let's talk to you. And, man, we've got some very exciting races here left open. We've got the premier class here of this weekend, the Production 1000 class with a lot of new entries in it from the new Yamaha YXZ that's going to be featured out here in the Production 1000 class. Come on, guys. Everybody shaking their head down here. Look at this. Mia Chapman returning to my podium. You got to love it. That's what's going on here. So, all right, where's the trophies? Grab the trophies. You guys know what's up. Mia Chapman, come on over here to this side. We'll start with you. Man, a turn of events out there. We've got a black flag out there for Chris New. A little bit rough. But Mia Chapman, third place. So I got to talk to you. So what was going on out there on these modified carts?
There's a lot of carnage. You know, that was a crazy race. I was starting out back there, so I kind of just laid back there and let the top ones battle it out. But it was such a fun race, and hopefully Cole's okay. You know, that sucks on the last lap. But, you know, I got to thank everybody that came out to support me.
Dude, you got a good following, me included. I am definitely still a Mia Chapman fan. I got to tell you something. Some questions come out there. They wanted to know, how old are you?
I'm 13.
I told them 13, man. There's a lot of talk out there. But, man, you got a long list of sponsors. People giving Mia Chapman. Who do you want to get to?
I want to say a huge thank you to the Keatses for letting me use their backup car. You know, I wouldn't be out here without them. And my mom and dad for supporting me. Playcraft, Off-Road Vixens, Ultra Chiller, XMF, and, you know, I have a whole long list, but I want to thank everybody that just supports me and helps me get out here.
Well, I'll tell you what, she's going to be a champ for the long time. Mia Chapman out here. But let's start with this, man. Squeeze on over here so we can get you on the livetrackfeed.com. Connor McMullen, man, dude, you were solid the whole race, man. I didn't see one mistake out of you. I saw you poised and ready for some action out there, dude, and it looks like you got it. What was going on out there? What did you have an answer for Trey?
Well, you know, Trey's a great driver, and I started on the outside, Cole Keats. And, you know, that was a crazy, adrenaline rush race. It was like an amazing race. The track was great. I actually made a mistake on the last turn. I went too high under the turn. Chris got by me. And then Chris and Cole got a little tangled up. But, you know, hopefully Cole's okay. But other than that, I had a really good race.
It definitely looked good from my vantage point standing right here on the podium, man. You guys definitely put it down. You know, I've said it a million times. This is my favorite class, and it's because of you guys that make it great. Who do you want to thank, Connor McMullen?
I want to thank my mom, dad, Kevin McMullen Racing, Hutch, Phoenix Commercial Electric, Full Tilt, and yeah, that's it.
Man, since the first time I've come on, you and her have definitely gotten better at your interviews. Make some noise, everybody, for Connor McMullen. But being in this class and being as competitive as your winner, Trey Gibbs, dude. Dude, I mean, why don't we just call it the Trey Gibbs weekend, man? I mean, you're up here talking to me quite a bit, but you just won the coveted modified kart class of Pinnacle Off-Road Motorsports. You must feel pretty good.
Oh, yeah, it was a great race. You know, qualified first in qualifying, and Cameron pulled a 4 inversion, so I started second row outside, and he came over the radio and said, just rail the outside of turn 1 as hard as you could. So I went in and did it, and luckily it worked out, and I came up right next side to Cole Keats, and we battled it out for a couple good laps, and then I finally got the upper hand on him. And after that, it was a clean race, just kind of checked out. It was good. It was good.
Well, it definitely looked good as well. You did check out there for sure, but, man, I'll tell you what, if there was a mistake there, these guys definitely would have pounced on you like an angry pack of lions hunting down an elk or something, man. They would have got you.
Oh, yeah, I made a couple mistakes, but luckily they weren't close enough to get me. But, you know, if I made a couple more, they could have been right there and they'd taken away from me. But it was a good race, and had a great race with Connor and Cole, and I hope he's okay. But, yeah, it was a great race.
All right, perfect. You got a long list that we talked about earlier, but let's talk about them again.
I wouldn't be out here without Cameron helping me out, get my car all ready, and I'd like to thank my grandparents, my great grandparents, my mom, my dad, KB Engineering, Full Tilt Tires and Engines, Bilstein Shocks, and Ethica.
All right, We'll slide on over there. Mia had to get ready for the next race. She's racing the Production 1000. But your winners of the Pinnacle Off-Road Motorsports Modified. And Chris, let's meet the drivers that's coming up next.
Man, what a list of drivers in this 18 in the field, the biggest race of the entire day. It is the Production 1000cc and Unlimited UTV. And we had some action. Jackson yesterday, no doubt about that, Mark. But on the pole. And this is, of course, the Dragonfire Production 1000cc Unlimited UTV. And again, on the pole, after had some issues yesterday, the 635 of Adam Grunder. Trisha Wright, outside row number 1, number 907. Dustin Nilsson, the factory Yamaha rider, here with the YXZ 1000 CCR Yamaha. And a special thanks to them with the contingency program. It's going to the top driver of each and every one of our regionals and for the overall of the Lucas Oil.
Well, that's going to be definitely pretty interesting to see how this shapes up here. Dustin Nelson getting a little nudge in the SR1 class, dropping him way back into the back of the pack. So we'll see if Dustin Nelson can get back on the podium today and recover from what he's got going on in that one. Now, as we saw yesterday, we were able to talk to Corey Weller when she races the SR1. You know, we always talk to her about what are you doing different than the other drivers in the SR1. Well, you know what? Racing this class for Corey Weller, she gets to prove different. She gets to prove that she actually is a racer's racer, and she gets to drive here today in this Production 1000 class, and she, too, is driving a Dragonfire-sponsored Yamaha YXZ. So let's see how her driving skills from the SR1 shape up against Dustin Nelson.
Outside row number 2, 964 Robert Van Peekum. Inside row number 3, George put on a good show yesterday. George Hamill in the 919. Elizabeth Bash, a young lady, her best qualifying position right now in 6th spot in the number 933, outside row number 3. Corey Weller, number 948 out of Weller Racing, inside row number 4. Outside row number 4, the other young lady, number 937, Mia Chapman. Daily Pinago, inside row number 5 with the 936. 941 from Apple Valley, California, Kip Michaels, number 941. Inside row 6, Callie Kinsman, number 736. Outside row 6, 624, Wayne Pierce. Inside row 7, 971, Jordan Avalar. Chelsea Hagen. Out of Pinnacle Racing, number 677, outside row number 7. Joseph Sin, number 621, inside row number 8. Chance Hagen, also out of Pinnacle Racing, number 618. Kenny Benson, the Dragonfire racer himself, number 995, inside row number 9. And Bree Smith, number 627, outside row number 9. A full field getting ready to pop loose after our track prep goes on. It is the Dragonfire Production 1000cc and Unlimited UTVs.
Well, you know, you said a long list of very talented racers there, and one of the surprises, hey, where you been all weekend, dang you? Hey, but one of the surprises out there, not necessarily a surprise, one of the veterans out here in this class, George Hamill, man, he was looking great yesterday, holding down that 4th position, waiting for his shot to get up here on this podium. So can George Hamill get it done today and get on this podium and talk to me? Because he's got a long list of very seasoned veterans in there, Mia Chapman, Callie Kinsman included. You were talking about Chance Haugen from Pinnacle Off-Road Motorsports. He's out there. You know, Corey Weller of the SR1 fame. And let's not forget, as you said, factory effort of Dustin Nelson from Yamaha Racing.
I had a chance to talk to our Big O Tire sponsor, Adam Grunder. He said he's got everything for these guys in this race coming up. Everything. Adam talks a lot, but you know what? He means it this time.
You know what? When you kind of get, I mean, being a talker, obviously, we're obviously announcers, so we talk a lot. But you know when things get crazy with Adam Grunder is when he's quiet. So that's something to look out for. Now, Adam Grunder does have a very, very heavily modified UTV out here, and he is adamant that it's faster than the SR1s and faster than everybody's UTV out here. So we're going to see how that shapes up, especially with the confidence that you just said he's bringing to the race today.
Like I was saying earlier, Mark, this is our largest class, 18 drivers in this, with 3 young ladies in this mix. actually 4 young ladies in this mix.
All right, I see everybody making the start your engine signal, so let's get back to racing. We're going to bring them out here. We'll take them for a pace around, I'm pretty sure, and if we get right to it, we're going to watch, as you said, the largest class out here for the weekend, so you're going to see some carnage. You're probably going to see some. I mean, it's the last race for them this weekend, so I'll bet you're going to see some very, very fierce competition out here. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Dustin Nelson? Is it going to be Corey Weller? Or can some of the others step up here, and can we get a whole new podium?
Hey, let's all stand up as they go around and do the parade for us. Roll the grandstands a little bit. Let's make some noise. Put our arms in the air. Wave to them. They can see ya. The biggest class, the finale of the weekend, right in front of us. The Dragonfire Production 1000cc Unlimited UTVs getting ready to go. And Mark Wright, I did a count. There are 7 ladies in this race.
That's unbelievable. And you know what? In racing, we're not playing football here, so we don't have to worry about the physicalities of size. But let me tell you something. Women drivers right now are definitely taking this sport over by storm. Corey Weller, as an example of that, she's one of the top competitors in the classes that she chooses to go after, and she's going to be one of the ones to reckon with right here in this production. 1000 class in her Dragonfire sponsored YXZ Yamaha, so we'll see if she can get it in the winner's circle.
Elizabeth Dash in the number 933 out of Facebook post just a little bit ago. You're marking a check-in over here. She's saying she is so excited. This is her best qualifying position ever, qualifying in 6th. And she is the fiance of none other than the number 94 of Dustin Nelson.
So we were also talking about some of the other manufacturers out here in this production 1000 class. You got Ken Benson out there. He's had multiple steering problems. I was able to go over there and talk to him when he checked out during qualifying, and he's just having issues with steering and all kinds of other stuff. But what he's really having issues with is his car keeps going into limp mode. It keeps going in to a mode that he doesn't know what's tripping it, so he's trying to track it down. So we'll see if that gremlin will not raise its ugly head here in this race, because this is the final race of the weekend for him. But look at this field of Yamaha YXZs. I'm sure we're going to see at least one, if not 2, hopefully all 3 in this winner podium for the Yamaha YXZ out here. So we'll see what's rocking. It's a manufacturer's class still, and we'll see who comes out on top.
As our YXZ Yamaha pulls off her official race pace car, leading the parade, Adam Grunder on the inside. Grunder gets a jump, Trisha right with him, and here comes Dustin Nelson. Nelson gets bumped off the pack by Robert Van Peekum. Van Peekum behind right, and here comes Grunder and Dustin Nelson on the inside. Right on the outside, followed by Van Peekum. Side by side, coming across off of turn number 2, and it's Trisha Wright now leading the parade. Good job by Trisha in the number 907. Grunder and now Van Peekum on the inside of Grunder as Dustin Nelson and George Hamill are trying to battle for that 3rd spot. So Trisha Wright in the 907 now leading the parade. All the guys are following behind.
Oh, something really good to look at. George Hamill now out there in contingency for the podium. He's top 3 here in the limited production class, and he looks like he's put in a solid race as well.
Tangle on the front straightaway, 6:24, 9:26. And 9:36 to Pinnacle. They're all back up and going again, but tightening up the field for a restart. Single file in order for the restart. Yeah. The young lady, Trisha Wright, qualifying second fastest time here for the Production 1000cc and Unlimited UTV, sponsored by Dragonfire Racing. As Trisha leads them out.
Well, Trisha, no stranger here, though, to competition, man. She's doing a great job, and as you see her out here, another one of the fast young ladies out here in this class.
Yeah, good job, Mark, by Robert Van Beekum holding on to that second spot. Getting by Adam Grunder. Now Grunder getting a whole shot off this jump, but here comes none other than number 94, Dustin Nelson, and behind him, his fiancee, number 933 of Elizabeth Bash. So we got a battle of the fiancés there, and battling for the fourth spot between Nelson and Bash.
Wouldn't that be very interesting for them to share the podium up here? Well, this is definitely slowly becoming our premier class out here at the Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Race Series. This is an amazing turnout of events here, as you said. You talked about the 7 girls that are up here racing, but looks like we have 18 cars out here on the track right now, and that's pretty amazing. Adam Grunder out there in the Black Ant, he's doing an amazing job. Dustin Nelson in the 940 car, and he's up top right now. Can we see if he can get to the top of this podium, and we'll talk with him. But Robert Van Beekum as well out here, and he's getting things done, and he's going to work. He completely ripped his front axles out of the car during qualifying, during yesterday's race, my apologies. But he's got back together, finds himself out well.
You know, Mark, talking about some heavy hitters, look at this. Kenny Benson and Corey Weller way back into that 8th and 9th position. And they're 2 of the fastest drivers on the field. And they're way back halfway in mid-pack. So I tell you what, it's a dice roll on where this thing's going to go. We're going to go one more lap still just to get everything lined up and sorted back out again.
Well, this roster of competitors out here definitely reads like something right out of the Nationals as well. Adam Grunder, Dustin Nelson, George Hamill, Mia Chapman, Kip Michaels in there, Chelsea Haugen, Chance Haugen out there as well, and driving the Bungard's car out here, Bree Smith. She's doing a great job, so it's good to see her out of Ken Benson. Man, this is a page right out of the Lucas Oil Nationals, and we got it going right here at the Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Series, presented by Yamaha Racing.
A tough break for number 941, Kip Nichols, as he was one of our drivers tangling on the front straightaway. But he's going to put it back together and try to relinquish some positions here. This is all warm-up for the Nationals, as he's going to be competing in the Lucas Oil Off-Road Nationals coming up here on the 12th and 13th of March.
It is good to see people like Kip Michaels out here doing a great job out of California, coming out here to race with us here in Arizona. He said he loves Arizona. He says he loves the racing that we got out here because as he comes in from California, he just loves him Arizona.
Sitting in 7th place, just in front of Ken Benson in 8th spot, Corey Weller, many-time champion there in the SR1 class. In fact, Weller Racing is the developer of that SR1 class. But as our YXZ pulls off the course, the pace car from Yamaha now gives a clear track. It's going to be a green flag. Trisha Wright leads them out in the 907. Robert Van Beekum outside with a 964.
Adam Grunder with the 635. Nilsson now battling for that third podium position, side by side with his fiancee, Elizabeth Bash. I tell you what, this is the best run she's ever had in the number 933. Currently running in the 5th spot, putting thumb screws. One of our fast drivers, that of Adam Grunder, number 635. Bash on the inside of Grunder, not quite there, but now running away with this thing, Robert Van Beekum, now in the lead ahead of Tricia Wright. Here comes Dustin Nelson on the outside of Wright, working through turn number 2. Nelson back on the inside as he gets by Grunder. Both Nelson and Bash sandwiching Grunder between them. As now Dustin Nelson gets by Tricia Wright for that second position on the podium. Third position being Tricia Wright. Now here comes Elizabeth Bash, not new to racing. She's a former women's motocross national champion along with the Big Six Grand Prix championship. So she jumped on as the first year in cars for her. Making a YXC Yamaha 1000R look like she's know what she's doing, because she does. Followed by another lady not new to racing either, Corey Weller, working on the inside of Elizabeth Bash, both in 1000Rs. Nilsson trying to chase down Van Beekum for that lead position. Man, Elizabeth Bash now getting side by side with Tricia Wright, battling for that 4th spot. She's trying to make herself up to the podium. Adam Grunder right in front of both the ladies. Tricia Wright in 5th, Tricia Wright in 4th, and Elizabeth Bash in 5th.
Well, we've got cars stopped all over the track down here. George Hamley, he had to pull off, and over there, I believe that's Chance Haugen out there. I can't see the number, but we got a lot of carnage out there going on, so we're going to have to bring out the full course yellow.
Mark, tough break for Chance Haugen. He was making his way through the field, coming out of turn 1, and got sideways, got up under the wall a little bit, and stalled. So he'll be okay. And with a push, should be able to make the field again.
Well, Chance Haugen representing the Pinnacle Off-Road Motorsports camp out there. Hopefully he'll get some stuff together out here and get it top the podiums at some point. Hopefully he gets everything together. But right now, Bobby Van Beekum out front. But he's got a very hungry Dustin Nelson right behind him. And Adam Grunder looking like he's the first of the modified. And Tricia Wright still holding her own. That's leaving her in 3rd place in the Production 1000 class. So top 3 right there, but look at who she's got right behind her. Mia Chapman, Corey Weller, Ken Benson. That is just a crazy field to have right behind you if you're racing this class.
Well, look at this, Mark. We got 3 ladies in the field running 5th, 6th, and 7th place.
Well, Adam Grunder is the Unlimited, so they're actually running. We got Dustin Nelson and then Tricia Wright will be running 3rd place right now.
Yeah, a lot of times Mark and myself will be calling for the overalls, and there is a lot of different classes sometimes involved with each particular event. But this one we have Unlimited and we have Production 1000s.
That's exactly right. And they're racing together, so you know it goes to show you too, a Production 1000, that's basically a stock 1000 with a race cage and a fuel cell in it. So this is the way it's delivered from the factory. So to see them dicing it up with like a car built by Adam Grunder out there right now, and you know they're both pretty much equally matched out there. That just goes to show you how nice the production class Yamaha YXZ is.
You have to mention right now in our lead, Robert Van Beekum. Fantastic job by Robert. Robert coming from the 2nd row, the 4th qualifying position. he's got his stuff all sorted out because he's got a hard charging Dustin Nelson behind him. And in that third spot, none other than the 635 of Adam Grunder.
Well, it's definitely going to be very interesting to see how this last half plays out here, because Bobby Van Beekem, if he has no problems, he is unstoppable. Adam Grunder, as you said, putting together one of the one of the best races here this weekend. He said he was going to be out front, and look at him. He is now leading the unlimited UTV class.
Look at this, Mark. We have 4 ladies right close to each other from the 4th place to the 8th place. 4 ladies right in a row.
Trisha, Elizabeth, Corey, and that's great. That's some good racing out there.
You know, hey, our last Arizona Regional, we had a women's class. That was phenomenal. We need to do that again soon.
I completely agree. The powder class and the SR1 class was unbelievable. What a great race. You know, you could definitely see a lot of girls out there that have always wanted to race or had raced before. And you definitely see the big styles of the girls that were hungry and really stepped up, and then the girls that were just out here to make the powder puff. But all together, what an exciting race, and how exciting it was to see the wives or girlfriends or even daughters of most of the racers in the SR1 class. I could not agree with you more. We should definitely do the powder puff race more often.
Not only was it interesting to watch and great to see them racing, it was awesome to hear their interviews. They were on fire. They were so excited afterwards. There's smiles from ear to ear, all the way from here to North Carolina.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. You know, people always ask me, you know, I don't know how you think of things to say. And I go, well, I just kind of say the first thing that pops in my mind. So the reality is, if you're up here and you've got a lot of energy, that keeps me energized, and it gets me a whole plethora of things to say. Is it plethora or plethora? What is it? Plethora? Plethora? Plethora?
Mark, you need a couple extra Monster Energies for some more energy. Not.
Yeah, it might actually have the opposite effect on me. If I have a Monster Energy, I might crash.
For those of you that don't know, that's Mark right down there in the podium, and myself, I'm up in the tower calling the shots with the race. My name's Chris Johnson. I'm from the California side doing the car racing, but it's a pleasure working with Mark, and we're having a great time. Van Beekem again. Dustin Nelson, Adam Grunder, and Trisha Wright are top 4. And the ladies, no doubt, from 4th to 8th spot. Man, talking about packing them in hard. Van Beekem still holding off the charge of Dustin Nelson. Good job by 964 of Robert Van Beekem.
Well, if you interviewed 10 out of 10 drivers out here in this class, they would definitely say who's some of the top drivers. I bet almost every one of those would say Bobby Van Beekem is one of the tough drivers in this class.
Man, look at this battle right now. Unbelievable. Elizabeth Bash right behind Mia Chapman. Mia Chapman coming out that modified race, making podium there. And now Elizabeth Bash working her way into that 6th spot, 6th qualifier, with a Trisha right in front of her. And Van Beekem trying to hold off Dustin Nelson. Van Beekem, of course, in the 964, Nelson in the 940. And Adam Grunder still holding on to that 6th spot, the 3rd spot, in the number 635. The big O tired Polaris is working his way and still trying to charge off the charge of the ladies. Chapman and Wright battling for bragging rights in the 4th spot overall, followed by Elizabeth Bash, and then none other than a 948 of Corey Weller. This field is stacked. Good job by Van Beekem holding off Dustin Nelson. Production 1000 Unlimited UTV presented by Dragonfire. Definitely racing in front of us. You know, Van Beekum is really putting on a good show, holding off that charge of Dustin Nelson. And now, Mia Chapman gets ahead of Trisha Wright for the 4th place. Elizabeth Bash still holding off the charge of Corey Weller for that 7th spot. These are, of course, overalls, as Van Beekum and Nelson and Grunder are in the Unlimited UTV class. And so is Mia Chapman.
On development while we were walking away, Mia Chapman now in 3rd place in the production class. I'd like to see Mia Chapman get on this podium here, because this is quite a class, and this would be quite a good win for her with this many people in this class today.
Now on the inside of Elizabeth Bash comes Corey Weller, coming through turn number 2, the orange car battling with the white and blue car. And Kenny Benson working on the inside of Corey Weller to try to take over that position. But without a doubt in my mind, the fast car on track, none other than Robert Van Beekum, the 964, stretching out his lead even further from Dustin Nelson, the factory Yamaha YXZ racer in the 940, ahead of Adam Grunder, number 935. White flag out for Van Beekum. Man, this class is stacked with talent, Mark. All the way from the beginning to the end, every single one of these racers has potential of making podium. Van Beekum coming across the last couple of turns. The last turn before the straightaway. Here comes that checker flag for Robert Van Beekum. Round of applause. Good job by Robert Van Beekum. Takes the win. Dustin Nelson loses the wheel. Goes across the finish line in 2nd. Adam Grunder coming in the 3rd spot overall. And Mia Chapman 4th place overall, but well into the limited class. A good job by all of these fine racers for putting on a show for each and every one of you right in front of you. Unbelievable. Nelson going across the finish line, losing a wheel. Unbelievable racing here for the 2nd round of the Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Series Arizona here at Wildhorse Pass.
Well, hey, my question to you is, I didn't get to see it. I was turning around and walk over here. Did Dustin Nelson still finish in his position? So 2nd place, all right. I just heard the wheel hit the catch fence, so I was already dodging. I thought I was dodging the whole UTV, so it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna have to lift him out of the car. You can see Elizabeth over there making sure that he's okay. But wow, what a turn of events. That thing held together right at the last end there. We'll talk to the drivers after this. Adam Grunder, your victor in the Unlimited class. So that makes Bobby Van Beekum the winner in the production class. Dustin Nelson unofficially finished in 2nd. And 3rd place, Mia Chapman. So we'll talk to the drivers right after this. We got one more race coming up here, everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's talk to the drivers as soon as they get up here.
Our last race of a race fun-filled weekend. Thanks, everybody, for joining us and for being with us, making your Valentine's Day the place to be right here for the Lucas Oil Off-Road Series Arizona Regional. And you know, tell you what, we have such a good time with us. Tell all your friends. Extend our family on to everybody else, because this is a racing family that we're creating here, and we're so glad that you wanted to be a part of it. So in the meantime, drive carefully, everybody home, as you're leaving, for those of you in the grandstands. But I encourage and ask each and every one, come on down. Let's celebrate the win for Robert Van Beekum. Dustin Nelson cannot bring the car, but he will take 2nd place honors. Adam Grunder in the 3rd spot in the Unlimited class.
Chris Johnson, the energy down here right now. I told you this was going to be our premier class of the weekend. Man, everything, the energy down here is just amazing.
Good job, Robert, man. He's jumping up on top of his car. He has a good reason to celebrate. You had some heavy hitters on your tail end, buddy. No doubt on that. And you worked your way from that third spot up to the lead. You didn't even look back, even with all our yellow flags. So good job, Robert. And continue the celebration over to Mark. And then after our podium, I'll read off all of our fine sponsors, and we'll do the closing. But for those of you leaving the facility, drive carefully home. God bless, and thank you so much for making Wildhorse Pass your Valentine's Day place to be.
Well, all right, man. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to step on you again. Really excited about this interview that's going on right here because this class here, what a great day of racing. You know what? And we're going to start it over right now. Mia Chapman in third place, man. Mia, you were right there to pick some things up. Got around Tricia. There was a lot of carnage going on there, and you held it together, and you got here talking to me on the podium. Now, the difference is in this class now, it's much bigger, so you just kicked butt on a lot of names.
Yeah, you know, coming from a mod and this is definitely a different change in driving styles, but, you know, there's a lot of carnage, and, you know, I made a few mistakes, but I made up for it, and that was a fun race. You know, I had so many fun battles, and I can't thank everybody enough for coming out and supporting me, and Bobby and everybody for racing me clean, so thank you.
Well, you definitely, you know, racing it clean, you demand that because you know what? You're not to be taken lightly. You're Mia Chapman, man, and you've got a lot of stuff to do. And so you got a long list of people that help you out to get here to talk to me. Who do you want to say thank you to?
I say thank you to my mom and dad and R&R Steel, XMF, Off-Road Vixens, Playcraft Trailers, everybody that just comes out to support me, thank you.
I'm so excited to interview Mia Chapman, third place today. Dustin Nelson, what a crazy Sunday this has been for you, man. You know, I've been sitting here thinking, what's the emotion going to be coming from you? I mean, after what happened here in the SR1 race, you know, I don't know if you want to talk about that or you don't want to talk about it, but that's, man. But you're more than up for it right here in your new Yamaha out here in this production class, man, as we've talked about the first weekend out, and you're up here still talking to me.
Yeah, the SR1 race was definitely a little disappointing, but that's all right. We'll come back next round stronger, and, you know, but today, hey, the YXZ 1000R from Yamaha, I'm stoked. You know, our first two races this weekend, one yesterday, second today. I was trying to catch Bobby there, and with 2 laps to go, I felt something going wrong, and you know, luckily it lasted till the finish line, and we lost the wheel right coming up to the finish line. But you know, stoked for Yamaha to come out with that machine to let us come out here and race something competitive in this production class, and. You know, thanks to Yamaha, DWT Wheels and Tires, Fox Shocks, Weller Racing, IMG builds the cage in that car. You know, so many big helpers, Cryo Heat, metal treatment's a huge help for us. And, you know, thanks to Elizabeth, who I think she did pretty good out there. But and then thanks again to Brandon Kilgore for spotting me in that in the production class.
All right, well, I guess that leaves me with nothing to say other than congratulations, second place right here. Dustin Nelson doing a great job representing Yamaha. But right now, the man of the hour, if he doesn't break, if he doesn't have any problems, he's a veteran. I told you, he can do a lot of stuff. Bobby Van Beekum out here. Bobby, man, let's talk, man. Yesterday, you found yourself out front. You had some carnage going on with your front end. Your car held together, and you just whooped some butt.
Yeah, you know, we came out. We knew, we knew the season was going to be tough. I knew Dustin and Corey were coming out with his Yamahas, and I knew that. And I tell you what, I was scared last weekend. I won't deny. I was nervous, and so I mean, I tested and tuned that car every little bit, every nick and nanny. I tried everything new. You know, unfortunately, we had, yesterday we had some brand new axles, and unfortunately they failed on us first lap, and actually I finished that race with one axle, believe it or not, one tire spinning, and but today, thank the Lord today for more than first and foremost, for getting us up here today and keeping us all safe. Dustin could have had a pretty nice strategy with that lost tire, could have been a nice roll. He was able to get across the finish line. I think everybody else finished up really good, so it was a great race.
Definitely, it was very spectacular to watch. When you have that many cars on the field, and the top three, you guys are earning it. You guys have to stay up there because if one mistake, you've got a plethora of people back there to hit you.
Well, yeah, again, I was praying again my new axles were holding up because I knew when you got to race against guys like Dustin, you can't lift. And so when you don't lift, you end up breaking stuff. And so it was a gentle lift on the jump. So but it was everything I had, it was all we can do to get her going. So, I got to thank you all, everybody for coming out. It was a great, I thank some great sponsors, without this, we wouldn't have anything without these great sponsors. First and foremost, I never thank my own company, R&R Steel. We help out a lot of people here. And we help out other series as well. So, come out and we'll be happy to help. We like to help out a lot of people. So, and then I got to thank Jimmy for building, that travel or that front end suspension. Jimmy's always built one hell of a car. Muzzy's always been there to get us the pipes on this, on this car. And Dragonfire's really hooked us up this year with actually, thanks Dragonfire for some more money. I just won another race. So they got me some more money to give us 6 belts. And Dragonfire's really helping a lot of people this year. And Method Wills has given us a great, bigger sponsor than ever this year. And, I just, what's that? Oh, yeah, I was going there. Walker Evans stepped up this year, guys, and they gave us 4 sets of new shocks. We're running 4 different series this year. And, man, those walkers are unbelievable, as you can tell today. They just hooked us up. So thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out.
All right, well, let me get out of the way here. You guys slide over this way. Dustin, get on over there, and let's get the pictures. And congratulations, UTV class winner right here. Let's talk to the Unlimited boys up here. Who do we got here? Adam? Yeah, always energetic Adam. And who is left here in the production class? I mean, in the Unlimited class. My apologies. Adam, are you here? Where's Adam? It's like, there you go. It's like playing hide and go seek. I see him over here. You tell me. Well, Adam, I think that's going to do it. I think you are going to be the only one that we have up here. But, man, I'll tell you what, man. I was talking out there in the race. Let me slide over here. I was talking out there. Oh, there we go. Come on up here, guys. So I was talking out there in the racing about how tough the competition's getting out there in the production class. But, man, these production UTVs are staying up with you Unlimited guys.
Yeah, well, it's newer technology. Triple cylinder, 5 speeds. I mean, big brakes right off the driveline. It's great stuff. Yamaha doesn't mess around. Good to have Dustin out there. It was a blast.
And, well, I'll tell you what, man. It's always exciting talking to you, man. I was just telling everybody, I got to know where to go. And with you, I never know where to go. You're the only one that stumps me. You know that, right?
Well, you help me where I need to go.
Very good. So we need to feed off each other. Let's work here.
Yeah. Great race. Bobby got out there early. I just couldn't put the tire to the ground. It was kind of a grease lick out there for a while. So stupid. I just played it safe, and it came around, and then something happened, and I was worried for Dustin. I didn't want to get too close because I didn't know where that thing was going to go. So,
Chris Johnson was talking that you had some great parts on the car and that you were going to put it on top. And you know what? You're a man of your word. You came through.
yeah, I knew yesterday after I got it fixed and I switched